Ooh, wow! Look at that.
Jesus Christ!
And that's your. That's.
Well, now I just fucked myself the rest of the campaign.
You ain't gonna get no 20s the rest of the today.
Yeah, you got 2 20s at once? No, you're fucked. That's it. That's your whole
exactly.
block.
Yeah, no,
The least thing you could do, honey, is to put yourself a fucking mute. No, you didn't.
Gotta whoop that boy.
I was gonna say he was on mute because we didn't hear him say anything. Or do
No, but I could hear myself through his mic.
okay.
That's how I knew his mic was on. That's why I was like, dumbass. This man. Honest to fuck.
Yeah, don't worry. He only got like 40 or 50 years. But
That's if I choose to.
I put in a lot of damn work for you guys this week.
I put a lot of damn work into.
Remember, nobody read books for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, apparently we're going every time she says to go one way, we're going the opposite way, apparently, that's from what I've heard.
Right, might as well move the tokens from the board file or from the actors.
Oh, by the way, Charm rolled two natural 20s, so that's him done for today.
Oh yeah, that's you done for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Yeah, we have combat. I'm screwed.
All right.
Alright. Got a minute to go. We missing anybody?
No, but you should probably remove the actors from the list that don't need to be here anymore.
My sanity?
Actors from what list?
Poppy's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, in the...
From the actor list.
Yeah,
Reynold.
okay.
No,
In the Sentinel? Yeah.
Well, apparently in the actors list, I'm the only one along with both Sentinel and Wagon, so got me.
Oh, that's supposed to
Okay,
be...
it's obviously incomplete. I'm still working on it, but here's the fucking document.
Okay. That being said, Jade's here, right?
Jade
No.
is here.
Okay. I think that means
Fuck you,
everybody's
Tor.
here. Who's gonna recap?
We did some stuff, and we got to this town, and things happened.
Right, we didn't lose Jade for once.
No, you guys very
Our
much
Petra. We always lose Jade. It's very easy.
did.
Alright, so do you guys actually remember where we left off?
Well,
remember Jade
I
being
remember.
drunk. Oh, Petra being drunk.
Correct.
Yes. So,
Thought we left that town.
from what I remember, I'm not
I guess
sure
this-
before, but we were traveling, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we were traveling, and we ended up in Penaldea, which is one of the cities near the, which is literally the city at the border of Puerto and Byralia.
Right, the city on the bay.
Yep. And we got through and were able to get into the city. From there, we kind of just wandered around. Petra wandered off, found Brixel, got drunk, and then
Wandered off
Toby
again.
and wandered off again. And then Toby and Windsor went to go fight in not a competition, more of like a sparring match with a Goliath. Toby got smashed again, but not in the good
Second
sense.
time he's been smashed by a Goliath.
Yeah.
He's got a
Oh.
type.
One
What can
money
you say?
this time, though.
He's got a type. What can you say?
I won money this time. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you did. That
That's
you
the
did.
only that's the only difference.
Well, I'm sure the first time he got smashed by a
So
Goliath
then-
was probably more enjoyable.
So then Toby was
I know
put
lots
into
of
the
money.
infirmary. Windsor and Amaranth met up there was a couple things that happened. Like New went to the Mages Guild, I believe, or the alchemy shop.
Both.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Got
New
my
went there.
herbalist point.
Amaranth went to the Mages Guild, I believe.
I almost got arrested, but I didn't.
Almost got arrested. So then those three met up, and then Amaranth, New, and Windsor met up, went to the tavern. Or, well, Windsor and Amaranth met up, went to the tavern, and New walked in a little while after. And as Amaranth was reading to, figure out how they would get a job, she read that they need the head of the company. And then New was like, okay, he's there, you're there, and he's here. Where's Petra? So then a wild goose chase ensued. Took an hour for Amaranth to find Petra, and we slept through the night, signed up for a couple courier jobs, and we are just about ready to head out.
Exactly. That's exactly where we are. So you have just had your saddlebags magically sealed. They will not be opened by, mundane means at the very least. The only way to get them open is either to dispel the magic yourself or to get to where you need to deliver the packages to, at which point they'll be unlocked by the people you're delivering the packages to.
And we're heading to Bellow.
You are heading to Bellow, correct?
And Petra has a hangover.
And New's gonna bookworm as much as she can.
If I crash the horse, I'm gonna smack you.
What's the plan?
Before we leave, Windsor inquires about if there's a scroll or a potion for the muting of the slaves, and we can get that for Amaranth.
Sorry, excuse me?
We can go check the apothecary. I should probably actually go back now because OOC information, like the whole fucking potion system and recipes, damn it.
We'll get that later.
You're literally about to go to the capital of the kingdom. Probably.
Yeah, they won't have anything there. We should check this one out.
Yeah, you should check out this small outer
Exactly.
warring state facility.
Capitals have nothing. They're just landmarks.
Yeah, they're just really pretty monuments to capitalism. That's why they're called
Right,
capitals.
that's right. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, off we go to the next town. Unless anybody else wants to get anything.
No, I'm pretty good.
Alright.
Okay.
Don't need any kind of
Toby?
provisions or anything.
I think Toby's cooking for us, so.
Yeah, I got that all done.
Oh shit, I think that's the first time I rolled a 10.
I'm fucked.
Damn.
Get fucked.
Rolls are not
That
showing
might
up
not
for
be a
me.
bad thing.
Oh, there we go. Finally, Jesus.
Okay. So you all take off down the road. It's pretty straightforward at this point.
Wow.
You just literally follow the road. It'll take you right to the capital. It takes you most of the day. You set off pretty early on, but it does take you well until the evening that night. You do manage to reach the gates of the city as the sun is setting, at which point you do reach the capital city of Bellow. As you
I
approach, you
can't see
notice...
shit.
Oh, hold
The
on.
entire thing's black.
Let me double check.
Man,
It may-
I can see
it may
everything.
be-
What is wrong with you guys?
Holy
You
shit.
Better?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so as you approach, you realize just from the walls that you can see that this is going to be a much bigger city. This is a massive city. It's bigger than any
Oh
you've
my
visited
god,
so
there's
far.
a fucking arena in there too.
God, whoever told this it was shit. Jesus.
I know, right?
What, they
God.
take like 5 seconds to draw this?
I know,
Exactly.
right? Just fucking river through it.
It really takes some
building
time.
down.
Jesus.
Anyways,
Ow.
so you show up and you can see that
Very
there's
good
a.
job, Kyle.
Thank you. But like I said, I worked really
Yeah.
hard on this map.
I know. Take the bits.
But yeah, so as you approach the gate,
Kidding.
you can see that again there are multiple lanes to go into. There's the very long line, and then there is the very short line.
Which gate are we coming in from? The Greater District gate? Greater
Yeah,
Pier District?
you are coming over where the Great Pier District and
Okay.
Windfall District reach the north west gate.
Well, I guess we'll head down the shorter line because, you know, gold pass and all.
Mm-hmm. So you head down the short line. It's a very quick process to get through. They're very, very used to dealing with traders and things here. They almost barely look at you or your documents, just essentially waving you through the entire process. But they don't offer you any guidance. They just basically usher you through the gate, trying to get to the next person behind you to do the same. Being such a very big trade center and the capital of the entire kingdom, they've got quite a few people to keep moving, so they don't have a whole lot of time to spend on each individual person. Which makes it really great for you guys because you're able to get right through. However, that also leaves you with very little direction heading forward.
Oh, that's never happened to us before.
All right, there has to be an information kiosk somewhere for like tourists
You
or
are
whatnot. That'll have a
How
map.
did it know I went this way?
I'll stop at just talk to one of the guards and be like, "Can you take us to where the inns are, or the places to stay?"
Okay, you're asking the guard to take you there?
No, to show us which district then, or whichever way.
Okay. So you ask the guard, and he doesn't respond. He very gruffly turns and taps a board on the wall, and then immediately turns back to his insanely long line of people. The particular spot that he tapped on the wall, you can see that they have what look to be scrolls or rolled up pieces of paper tucked into these wooden pockets that are just essentially bolted onto the side wall there.
All right, time to grab one.
Okay, so you go and you grab one, and you can see that it's a fairly well drawn but rather amateurish map that appears to be the map of the city, and it highlights what each of the different districts are and what you can expect to find in each of the districts. Specifically, that the northeastern side of the river is not for commoners, and that the Great Pier District is mostly warehouses and businesses. The Windfall District is mostly shops, inns, and guilds, things of those natures. The South Wall District tends to be residential, or just people that have been born and raised in the city. And the Gladian District tends to be mostly focused on fighting in the Colosseum there, gladiators, Gladians District. The Academia Aurora is the academic district. It is mostly ruled by the college and the Grand Library. You can see to the south there that it's got quite a few dorm houses and a massive library here. Let me go right here. And then the university itself is here. Then to the north of that is the Bright Cloth District, which is essentially for nobles and nobles only. So if you're looking for an inn, they are most likely to be found in the Windfall District, which is the shopping and guild district.
Probably have to go
Alright.
there anyways to drop off the package, so.
Correct.
Everybody put your best rags on, least tattered rags. We're going to the Bright Cloth District.
I wish you all the best.
You can certainly try.
Alright, off we go. To the Windfall District.
Okay. Anywhere in particular in the Windfall District?
Suppose the first place we should look for is the place we need to deliver the packages.
Okay.
Yeah, where have
Since
we got to drop
they're
off the package?
actively sealed in these heckin' saddlebags.
Okay, so you check the map, and it does specifically note the location of several guilds. One of which is the Merchants Guild, which is located right here.
Hey, that building looks suspiciously familiar.
It does, yeah.
Right, we get there and they're already closed for the day. It's after hours.
It's 9 a.m.
Okay, so I assume you're all going directly there, no stops along the way?
I'm good with that. I'd
Okay.
rather get these packages sorted out.
Metro is too much of a headache to bother with anything.
I'm just
Okay.
looking around trying to get an understanding of the place.
Okay. So as you're traveling the path, which path are you taking? Just trace it with your cursor there. So I've got an idea of what you're looking at.
I would
Following the
come
main
down
road.
and then down this road here.
Yeah, let's go down the dark alley. Okay.
I was gonna say, let's go through the main road.
Okay, well you guys need to decide what path you're taking to get there.
We
Or
split up.
are you
Everybody
yeah, I
takes their
was,
own
I was
path.
gonna say, or are you splitting up? Okay,
Yes,
so
we'll go around the main path.
okay, so you follow the main street around, and you notice that the buildings that are along the main path there seem to be really well taken care of. But if you actually take the time to look down the side roads, you notice that the further away from the main path you get, the less they seem to care. It's very obvious that this main strip here, they care quite a bit about their image, but not so much to actually take extra care for anybody in poverty. You do pass a few buildings of note. Specifically, you pass this rather grand building next to the Colosseum. It is multiple stories tall, and it seems to have several different stables in it where you can place your horses. Correct, that is the building. Yes, this building here. And it seems like the only way to cross into the Bright Cloth and Academia Aurora districts is through that building. There appears to be a rather large gateway preventing just anybody from crossing the bridge over. But you go past that, you continue past the Colosseum. The Colosseum, from your perspective, doesn't appear to be much, because instead of being a tall built Colosseum like you would expect, for example, with the Romans, it's more like how they constructed amphitheaters back in the day, whereas it's only about a story tall, but it goes about 4 stories deep into the ground with each layer. So it's a much deeper structure than you can see from the side. So from the sides, you only see this, fairly tall, big circular building. But you continue past that, you pass several shops along the way. Many houses as well. You pass an herbalist, a smithy, an alchemist, even a carpenter. Eventually, you do come to the Merchants Guild, which is a very familiar building. You recognize the emblem on the outside of the building to match the one that you have just left behind in Pinaldea. However, yes, it is closed, as it is late at night.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so find an inn, wait till morning, deal with packages, then see what the town has to offer.
I want to try and set some ground rules when we get to the end.
Okay. So looking at the map, you notice that there
You're
are
not my
many
mom.
inns, but there is one that's highlighted on the map as what they suggest to travelers as the best inn in the area, which
Stay away
is
from that one.
which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
And on
That's
the
either
map,
going
it
to be-
specifically says that it is the Star Touch Tavern.
That's either going to be very expensive, or very busy, or both.
Well, it's worth a try at least. See what it is.
Okay.
We have nothing better to go on.
Okay. And then, like I said, there are several other taverns and inns, but they are much smaller. There is one that is down here in this area. It's this smaller triangular building there, if you want to try your luck there. And then there is one that is over in the Gladian district, which it is this building here.
What do we think?
So there are
I think
options.
I think we check the big one first. see if it's going to be, reasonable, not trying to charge us like 57 gold a night or something per person.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Down with that.
So you go to the first one, the rather big, expensive one, or not expensive, but the recommended one.
See.
Yeah.
You guys kept calling it expensive. Now I'm calling it expensive.
Oh, sure.
Called your
Uh,
bluff.
Yep, exactly, right? So you go inside, and you notice that the entryway is very well kept. It's not to the level that you would expect to see if this were like a place for nobles to stay, but as far as the common folk go, this would be considered a very high-class place to stay. You notice that directly ahead of you from the entryway, there is a rather large desk with several people sitting behind it. A couple of them are assisting customers, or what you would assume to be customers. But there are a few of them that are open. There is a woman that seems, bright and happy, and then there's a rather gruff old man sitting back there as well. And then there's somebody that doesn't really seem to be paying much attention.
I'd prefer to go to the woman that seems happy.
Stop the
Rough
guy
old
who's not
man
paying
and the other
attention.
one paying attention probably,
That means we could get it for cheaper if he doesn't realise it. Yeah, let's go to the lady.
Okay, so you go up to the lady, and before you even approach, she begins to wave excitedly, and she says, "Welcome, welcome to the Star Touch Inn. So just so you know, we have a special. All traveling merchants get 50% off all rooms.
nice.
Okay, and how much are the rooms?
So the rooms are typically 10 gold a piece. That's per room, not per bed. There are different bed sizes, different room sizes, and again, if you are a traveling merchant, you get 50% off. If you are traveling nobility, we offer 100% free, so long as we get an endorsement signature on our wall.
Oh,
So we'd be looking at 5 gold per room. And how many beds are in each room?
Well, that's up to you. We have several choices that you can choose from. So
What's
first
the
off,
biggest room you have with beds?
so the biggest room that we have has 17 beds.
Holy.
Okay. You have one
Uh,
room with 6 beds.
She flips open a big ledger book in front of her and flips through it a few, checks a few things, and goes, "We have 3 rooms available of that size."
okay, well,
So,
can you tell us about them?
She nods excitedly, and she goes, "Well, 2 of them are specifically for large families. They have a big bed for you, and then several small beds for the kiddies, because we know big families like to travel sometimes. And then there's one room that seems like it'll fit your party the most, as it has 6 large beds in it, all of which are very comfortable. Each have their own private space in the room with dividers. I'm sorry, they don't have private rooms necessarily, but they do have dividers between each of the beds, offering a bit of privacy in that room."
Sounds like a good room.
sounds like it'll work.
She nods excitedly, writes something in the ledger, and then she goes, "Okay, and so that'll be 10 gold.
We are traveling merchants, though. And Niu will dig into her bag and find the permit and pass.
Okay, she
To show
reaches
her.
over and she takes the pass and she sticks it in a machine that you're very familiar with. She closes it in, and you again see the puzzle cube begin to resolve itself. And then once it lights up green, she opens it up, hands you the pass, and says, "Thank you so much for stopping by. And that you are correct. That is all validated. You're good to go. So just 5 gold then."
Do you have a place to stable our horses?
Absolutely. So we have a stable in the back with several stable hands available at all hours of the night. This right here is the stable hands building. All of the horses are stabled in this area here.
Windsor go out, start leading the horses there, and take off all the saddlebags, bring them back to the room.
Okay.
I'll help Windsor, he's not by himself doing it.
Okay.
I'll drop the 5 gold for the room.
Okay, so go ahead and subtract that from your card. Or your sheet.
Spreadsheet, same
God.
difference.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Alright, so that's the plan for everybody?
Before we leave the gal, I'm going to ask her if she can recommend a good bookstore or library in the town.
She looks confused for like a split second, your question throwing her off guard, and she goes, well, when it comes to libraries, the Bellows Grand Library is second to none. This building here.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That looks more. This looks more like a library to me personally, though.
Nope, this is
see, we
a
just can't
grand
get to it.
library tower.
And this is the university.
Yes, the one with the fountain
we
in the
just
center.
can't get to it.
Yes.
I will
It-
head to the room.
Okay, so you head up to the room, you go in, and it's a very nice room. It is all of the beds are cotton stuffed, not wool stuffed, so they're extra soft. And there's several silkscreen dividers around the room, all of them dividing each individual bed into its own separate space. Each of the beds has what almost looks like new bedding on it. There's a nightstand next to each bed. There are several desks around the room. They're not incorporated into any of the private spaces, so you won't have as much privacy at the desks, but they are nice desks with comfortable seats at them.
Alright, I'm freaked out.
I will take the bed nearest the door.
Okay.
Why do these
Yeah,
beds
sure.
have new on the sheets and stuff? That's weird.
We're in the
This is the first time I've even been here. How did they have
They're all fans
pictures
of you.
me?
Petra will ask if there's like some sort of bathing area or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I get back, I was gonna ask her, like, where can I have a bath?
So they specifically hold up a map that's of just the Windfall District, and they point out several buildings. And one of the very first things that they show you is that there is a really nice bathhouse that is actually where did I put that? The bathhouse is right here. So, no, sorry, it's this building. This one right here. So it's a bathhouse that's separated by gender. They offer a large bathing area as well as steam rooms.
I'm like running straight there.
It's just like sprinting there.
It's like,
Petra-
oh, God.
Petra jumps onto Amaranth's shoulders.
Uh,
Onwards.
So as you go to run out of there, she like calls for you and tries to get your attention.
Ugh.
I'm gonna hold on. I don't know why that phone's ringing. I rolled a 9, so she does not manage to get your attention. So you keep going.
Onwards! I haven't had a bath in months. I'm sick of the stink.
Petra wants her headache to go away.
So let's see. So Toby went up to the room, and Windsor is gone to the stables. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know this yet then, because I've gone with Windsor to the stables.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, you would still be with him. That's right.
Okay. that's
So
fine.
you've gone to the stables to drop off. As you approach the stables, you see that there are several young men there, all of whom seem to have their mouths sealed. A very common thing at this point for you to see. But they all seem to be in high spirits. They don't seem to be necessarily mistreated as far as they could be. However, you do go back there. They all seem very pleasant. They kind of wave their hand in a gesturing motion towards a stable that seems to have been
Oh, shit.
recently cleaned. Even the floors themselves have, fresh hay for the horses to stand on and everything.
The group has already lost Petra. Fuck.
I'll find you at some point.
Yeah, so Petra definitely took off to go take a bath.
Okay. Oversee them stabling the horses, and like I said, remove all the saddlebags.
Okay. And once you do that, you notice that they immediately set about grooming your horses as well. They're checking the horseshoes for you, completely free of charge. They begin brushing down your horses. They wash the horse's mane for you. They are taking very good care of your horses. And as you're working to remove all of your tackle from the horses and the saddlebags, they seem to just step right around you, as if they're used to staying out of the way while working.
Cool. I'll give one of the guys like 2 silver to see if they can hopefully maybe. Well, actually, I'll give them a couple of coppers just to kind of for their help, really.
Okay. So you give them a couple of coppers, and they take it very gratefully, and they give you like a slight bow, and then they hand out the coppers among the friends, kind of sharing it with everybody that's working with your horses.
Cool.
That being said, now you can go back inside. Will Windsor be going straight to the room, or what's Windsor doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the room to drop out the saddlebags.
Okay, so you go up to the room. Amaranth would then be asking about the bathhouse, I assume.
I would be asking about that.
Okay. This time, she manages to catch your attention before you take off running. I know, because she rolled a nat 20.
Thank goodness.
And she tells you that before you go there, we do have these. And she pulls out a little booklet, and she flips it open, and there's tearaway pages, and you see that there are vouchers for the bathhouse that allow you to take a free bath there. So she stops for a moment, and then she in her head double checks that she remembers how many people are in your party. She tears out 6 vouchers and hands them over to you. Now, Petra has already made it to the bathhouse, and they want to charge her a gold to enter the bathhouse.
She'll just kind of like put it on the counter and just walk back.
Just drop the gold and go. Okay.
Yeah, she's her head hurts too much to care.
Okay, so she drops the gold on the counter there, so take that from your sheet. And then Petra's able to go take a nice warm bath. Amaranth as well eventually, manages to get down the street. It's not super far, it's only a few minutes walk. But I will pass the time at this point. So you manage to get down there, go inside. There's, a nice, humble-looking person behind the counter. And as you approach, they don't even look up from what they seem to be reading. It looks like some sort of book or tome. And then they just kind of nod to you and they go, 1 gold.
I'll just hand them the voucher I have.
So as you reach with your hand out with the voucher, he takes the voucher, looks at it, and he says, "All right, go ahead," and goes back to reading his book. As you go back into where the bathing area would be, there is a pre-wash station, which, if you're unfamiliar with old-style baths like this, pre-wash station is basically a spot where you can get a bucket of water and dump it over your head to get all the filth and stuff off of you before you actually get into the bath itself, so that you're not making the bath nasty, so they don't have to clean the bath as often.
Like a Japanese onsen kind of thing.
As Amaranth would get in there, Petra's just finishing doing that.
Okay. Yep. So you manage to wash yourselves off. There's shelving units for you to put your clothes and all of your trinkets and things. You do so, and go take nice baths. Windsor has dropped off stuff, and Toonie is in the room. What are the 2 of you doing?
I will be just cooking up something in the room with Jeeves for everyone when they get back.
Okay. Anything in particular you're cooking, or just a simple recipe?
I'm just going to cook a simple recipe. I'll probably go with beef stew tonight.
Okay. So you cook that, and then what is Windsor doing?
No, nothing important. Just waiting for the rest of the group to show up. Put the saddlebags away and.
So Windsor will probably meet me upstairs. You see me starting to cook the beef stew. Whilst I've got that on, I'll be reading my firearms book again.
The water's deep enough to where when Petra sits down, she only has her nose above the water.
Yeah, that would make sense. Being that it's a rather large bathhouse, they would have several different layers to the bath as well, so that the deepest one would probably be up to Petra's nose when she was standing. It's similar to what you would find in a modern day pool, where there's like the 3-foot end and then the 6-foot end, except for it's more like 1 feet up to like 4 feet.
She's 2'8".
Yes.
That would be above her head.
Yes.
Go to that end. Unless you know how to swim.
I would say no because her mom's afraid of water.
Okay,
Well, I'm
so
in the deep end of the water, and I'm just like relaxing.
just soaking it in. Just like, why did I ever leave civilization? What was I thinking?
What? Why did I think going outside and camping was a good idea? This is disgusting.
The world's
Petra's-
so gross.
Petra's just floating there on her back.
The hangover finally going away. It's the end of the day and the hangover's finally leaving. Okay. How long do you guys intend to stay in the bath? Amaranth wants to live there, but that's not an option.
Damn it! Why not?
You will run out of
We'll
vouchers
probably-
in 6 days, and that's if you don't share them.
I'll share them. I guess I'd rather not, but I don't know, like an hour time
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I assume Toby will be cooking that whole time. I believe it actually takes exactly an hour for that to cook.
Yep.
And then Windsor is just kind of hanging out. Correct? Windsor?
Windsor died.
Alright, what's New doing during all this?
By this point, she would have checked the map they got when they entered the thing and started down the main road towards the big library that's supposed to be so amazing. To see if she can, do nerd things.
Okay. So you begin walking towards the grand library. Unfortunately, you reach a gate right here, and it is a massive gate. It's clearly designed to allow multiple wagons through, or large caravans at a time. But as you approach, there's several guards there, and they immediately just have these tall, what are called naginatas, which is essentially a long curved blade like a scimitar on the end of it like a spear. So it's essentially a spear with a scimitar for the point. And they cross it in front of you to stop you from going through the gate. And they go, "What's your business?"
I'm just trying to get to the library. The gal at the inn said it was the best place to go for, finding books and things.
Common folk aren't allowed on the other side of the bridge.
Common folk? What constitutes common folk?
The guard looks confused by your question for a moment. Let me... Okay, so he looks a bit confused by your question, figuring it's common sense to know what common folk are. But then, he gathers himself up and he goes, "Well, the only people that pass through here are either merchants or nobles, or they go to the college."
Amazing. So I can pass then, right?
He very firmly holds his naginata crossed with the other guards and doesn't respond.
He digs in the bag to find the fucking permit again. For the 50th time.
Yep. At which point
Be like, here, see?
he takes it and he
Merchant.
inspects it front, back, looks at you questioningly, and then covers the top of it so he can't see, and he goes, "All right then, if this is authentic, what's the name of your company?" No
We're
cheating.
the Wolf Sentinel Company.
Okay. So he kind of looks at it, the card again, looks at you, hands it back to you, and then he picks up his naginata, holds it perfectly straight up alongside his rib cage, and then he goes, "Pardon me, ma'am, I did not know." And then he just kind of waves you through, and then goes back to standing guard.
And go.
So
To the
you manage
library.
to, yep. So you manage to go over there. You get to the library, and the library is closed. It is well past sunset at this point.
Son of a fuck. Can't even be open. What if people need to do late night homework? Damn it!
Well, sadly, you gotta wait until the morning. That's the reason why. That's the other reason why I didn't go to the library. Is I thought it would be closed. If the merchant's place was closed, the library's definitely gonna be closed.
It's a library that's for a college. There are 1000% students that need to be in that thing late at night for studying and homework and stuff. This is bulk.
Yeah, man, if only there was like some sort of teleporting gate inside the college that would take them directly into the library.
Or they were able to rent the books out that they needed, so they didn't have to go there late at night to pick up any books.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if only. But yes, so you get there and it is closed.
Damn it. Alright, back to the inn, I guess.
Okay.
Assumedly, she won't... she would be interested in checking out the college, too, but she's now assuming that just motherfucking everything's closed.
So are you stopping by the college, or are you just heading home?
For now, just heading back.
Okay, so
This one.
you walk all the way back. It's gonna take you a while to get back. Right about this time, Amaranth and Petra have begun to really get a little bit soggy.
Pruny.
Yes, pruny.
I did say I'd like to become pruny before I leave.
Yeah, they are very pruny and quite lobstered. Very red and cooked from the hot bath.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't really tell with me. My skin color
Yeah,
is
that's
pretty much red, so it's like, oh, she just looks more red.
She just looks blue now. Like, we don't understand it.
What?
No, she doesn't. But yeah, so I'd say you both head back then.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
so happy, smiling my little head off.
You just squeaky clean.
Petra will put her hair back up and head back.
Okay. As you're heading back, you realize that in the haste that both of you had to run to the bath, you all passed a bathing store that had all sorts of different scented oils and things for your hair that you could have bought to take to the bath with you.
No!
You ran right past it because you were in a hurry. But
Petra doesn't pay any mind.
Yeah, Petra's
she isn't.
still. But Amaranth is probably dying inside. Like, why didn't I see it?
I could have smelled beautiful.
Yep.
Is it
Oh,
is it
wow.
open?
It is still open, yes.
Well, I'm going in there.
Okay, so you walk inside, and immediately it just smells floral. And they have just shelf upon shelf stocked with all sorts of different oils and different salts that you can add to your bath, all of which are, supposed to be the latest and greatest in beauty, because this is essentially a bathing beauty shop.
Is there any oils that smell like dirt?
I hope the fuck not.
Like I'm meaning like freshly damp dirt.
Okay, so you mean like an earthy scent.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're coming in with me, I'm gonna be like, you need to leave this store. Dare you disrespect these smells?
No, there is not. I double checked for you, there is not.
If you want to smell like that, just roll around in the dirt.
She's just like, go outside and play in the mud then.
Pretty much. Well, I'm gonna go and get some stuff for my hair and my skin.
Okay. Is there any particular scent that your character would be drawn to?
Brimstone.
Brimstone and Hellfire.
I'm afraid we're
The
fresh out
babies.
Hellfire, but the Brimstone, we got a little bit of that.
No.
She's attracted to cooked babies.
That's only for dinner.
Just
Is there a smell of pork in the air or something?
Guys, what the fuck, man? I don't want to smell like dead babies. I want to
Ooh,
smell
bacon.
wonderfully.
No, cooked dead babies. Normal dead babies. Yeah, that's horrible.
Either? Just
Bacon.
either.
Bourbon and
You know what I
bacon.
just realized? Petra
That's your
might have
jade?
scars. Yes.
I would like to smell of something citrusy, please.
Citrusy. Okay, so they have 3 different oils for your hair that would smell citrusy. They have one that's simply called lemon leaf. Then they have another one that's called mother's tongue, which is a rather rare flower. It's an expensive bottle, but popping the cork, you're able to tell that it smells particularly sweet citrusy. And it's a much higher quality oil than the typical lemon leaf. And then the other one is a rather hard to pronounce name that's something along the lines of Goifrein na Aisni.
Ooh, sounds exotic.
It's very exotic. It is imported and it costs a lot. But it is said that it will keep your hair smelling nice for a full month.
How much is it?
That one is 100 gold.
Well, that's not gonna happen. Well, is it?
It is quite expensive.
I'll just look at me like, one day, my love, one day. I'll go with like the first one, I guess. That's like the cheapest. I'm on a budget.
So the first one is about 5 silver pieces. The second one is 3 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll go with the 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
Is there any sort of like mud mask to make my skin look beautiful and supple?
Yes. So, like I said, this is very much a beauty shop. They're going to have all of the basics, such as masks and things. So you see that they have several different types. There are your generic mud masks. There's charcoal mud masks. There are clay-infused mud masks. All of varying different quantities, as well as different minerals. So they're all roughly around the same price. But for the sake of brevity...
That's what you just told Petra.
There's a massive difference to smelling like dirt and having dirt on your face to rejuvenate the skin.
So the one that Amaranth decides she likes, for the sake of brevity, is 6 silver pieces.
Okay, cool. 6 silver pieces.
Nothing like a jar of oil of old lady.
No, I want a jar of like dead babies, like the youth, so that
exactly. Yeah, you're basically Bathory at this point.
No, you're beating a dead horse. That joke's over with. Come on.
Oh, you shut up.
Basically, she wants baby oil from actual babies.
That checks out. Yeah.
Can I get baby oil and orphan's tears?
That would go well. That would go very well.
Yeah, right with the virgin's blood bath, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anywho, that and then I'll just get some like creams and moisturizers and stuff like that. So we'll just like round it up to like a gold piece or 2 gold pieces, I would say.
Okay. Then yeah, we can do 2 gold pieces, and we'll say that you have enough stuff to bathe and, you know, after treatments for your skins and things like that to just really be glowing for the next month.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look like one of those anime faces where the skin is so shiny and supple. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and the light for some mysterious reason just circles your face all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Even though light definitely certainly does not work like that. Yeah.
But that's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, no, you will definitely get that with the products that you buy.
Perfect. Okay.
Great, we got Chibi Amaranth now. Okay.
That is correct. And I'm just picturing her walking around with that big chibi grin, just happy as can be.
Oh yeah, I'm loving this. I don't want to leave.
She's like, can I just live here now? I am now a citizen of Bellow.
Who cares about the slavery? I want to look beautiful. Yeah, I'll be like walking back.
Okay, so you walk back all glowing with your bag full of cosmetic items. Petra, did Petra stay with you or did Petra leave?
Petra would have waited outside for Amaranth.
Okay, so you're
just
walking
kind
back
of
with
slowly shaking her head. Yes.
Like, why did you buy all that? You could just roll in the dirt and smell good.
I will not dignify that with a good answer.
Other than a
Okay, so you make it back about 30 minutes or so before New makes it back from her library excursion, but at this point, everybody has made it to their inn room.
The smell of beef stew welcomes Petra in the room.
And Petra will immediately go over towards the smell.
And she's just like, that's what I'm talking about. Screw bath stuff. I want food.
I already have a bowl ready for Petra.
And Petra will immediately eat it.
And by bowl, he means bathtub. No.
And she jumps in the bathtub. Woo!
Oh god.
I have time for another bath. Fucking hell.
This one makes you smell of eau de beef.
You know what's interesting to me at this point is Amaranth just went and had this luxurious bath, comes back to, this tavern room that she hasn't seen yet, and is about to climb into a bed with, like, silk sheets and, a very nice soft pillow, and, she's gonna be living the high life today.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna sleep all night. I'm gonna be sleeping all night and being like, you're gonna hear just happy sighs.
Just all night, every 30 seconds, on loop.
Yeah, and then Petra will just try to suffocate her with a pillow.
I still look useful, so it's fine.
It's just like, I will die beautifully. Okay, so is everybody going to eat and then go to bed?
Petra will ask Toby if he has more.
Of course, I have more. It's you.
He's
I mean,
just
I
gonna
can
go about
technically make
reading
6
one of her
portions,
books
you actually
while eating and before going to bed.
And I would like to point out that upon entering the city, and up until now, it seems that both Poppy and Raynor are surprisingly missing.
Yay!
If anybody wants to make a perception check for backstory reasons, I can tell you whether or not you saw where they went.
We don't talk about them anymore.
Perception check. I didn't see
You
shit.
don't see shit.
Mew was very distracted by the big buildings.
Petra was distracted by food.
Amaranth saw. Toby saw. Windsor saw everything.
I see everything.
So for those who saw, you passed a church on the way. Raynor went in, and it turns out that church is actually one of the very few remaining churches of Guthix. And he has decided to stay and help bring the church into the modern era and try to grow the name of his god. Poppy disappeared down an alleyway, and you haven't seen her since.
Well, she wanted out of town, so that's what we've done.
Yeah, she wanted out of that country, you got her out of that country, and then she just dipped the fuck out.
Yep.
Wait, we moved the whole country? I thought we were still in the same country.
You
Nope.
picked her up in Puertia. You are now in Byralia. Remember, Pinaldea was the first town when entering the country of Byralia.
That is true. Yes.
So you
Right.
picked her up before that. You picked her up. I'm trying to remember the exact name of the place.
Lucenda? Lucanda?
Yeah, something like that. It's on the map. I'm
Lucenia.
pulling it up.
At least
Lucinia.
Lucitina. Yeah, that's correct.
Lucitina.
Yeah, so you picked
Yeah,
Poppy
then
up at
we went all the way
Lucitina.
down the main road, and then we had
Yeah.
that weird mirage thing, which was set up by the Warring Nations, and then we came into
Correct.
Pennsylvania.
Yep, and then once you got to Pinaldea, you had officially crossed into Byralia.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Did Poppy fuck off with a horse that had a sealed saddlebag on it still?
Poppy fucked off without her horse.
Yep, there you go. So we got it. Good.
Yeah, so you actually have a spare horse now.
Next time, new shop.
No, I don't know. Did we ever have a spare horse for her? I thought she was riding with somebody.
No, she got.
No,
she
had her own
from the
horse.
thieves.
Rig got a
That's
horse
right.
for.
Yeah,
I mean, we
Rig
still-
brought her a horse.
That's right. We still have. Well, we have 2 spare horses then.
Yeah.
Because we have the pack horse.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
we have
we have
Raynor's
another
horse.
one.
Raynor never had a horse.
No, Raynor had a horse.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
it was Petra that never had a horse. You're correct.
Right.
Okay.
The pack horse was Petra.
Is
She
Pet-
just rode with New.
Yeah.
That's correct. Okay. Yeah, so essentially Poppy disappeared. You have no idea where she went. She dipped down an alley, and you haven't seen her since. And Raynor stopped at a church, where he will likely live out the rest of his days helping the church.
Hey guys, I'm coming to you from an astral protection. What?
Astral Protector?
Ass protection?
Ash
I already
catching?
have a seat.
Astral
Project.
Alright, so, everybody's going to bed, I take it?
I lost it, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna read one of her books.
I
An hour
take
before going to
Amaranth
bed.
and shove her up against the door so it's locked.
Hey, not with this beautiful face. I am bathed and cleaned. I'm not doing that.
You would reach for her with your grubby, unwashed hands, and she would shriek.
She would just stab you with one of her horns.
Just charge you like a bull with her horns down.
Pretty much.
Okay, so that being said, I'm gonna pass it till till morning. You can say
Petra decided to sleep on the floor. The beds were too comfortable.
that checks out. Yep. So everybody slept in a bed except Petra, who decided that it was more comfortable to sleep on the nice polished wood. But you wake up first thing in the morning, and the first thing that you notice is the smell of breakfast cooking, and that Petra has already run for the food.
Yeah, Petra's already there.
There's a
Yeah,
petrified
she's
hole in the
fucking-
door.
Yeah.
He's gonna go try and find some food that she can eat on the go with.
Okay, so you go
Sandwich or
downstairs,
something.
and as you come downstairs
Everything-
into the lobby, the first thing that you notice is that they have they have pulled out several tables, all of which are fully stocked with a diverse selection of breakfast items. They offer a free breakfast at this particular inn. It's
All
all
of it is gone.
it's
Oh,
all
dear
very
God,
nice
we're-
food. They have multiple different sausages. They have different breads that you can eat. There's several different types of eggs. Many things to choose from for breakfast. Petra needs to make a constitution save.
Yay!
And needs to roll a d6. Which we have the new
Oh.
dice tray at the bottom right. So if you
Right,
click
yeah,
the d6, then you can just click that and then hit roll.
Let's.
I noticed. I was like, ooh.
The poop. Jesus, yeah, she needs
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
constitution
she
saving
ate
throw.
4. She ate 4 servings.
Well, does she die? No, she doesn't.
Nope, she's feeling pretty good today. She is happy. That was some good breakfast.
He's gonna grab some bread and make a makeshift breakfast sandwich with like
Sandwich.
sausage and eggs and stuff, and then just straight up eat on the go as she immediately starts heading to the
That's
library.
I'm
and getting ready.
grabbing you before she goes.
Yeah, Windsor grabs New as well. So you have the paperwork. You need to stay with us. As Toby grabs New, I grab Petra to make sure she stays with us as well. Yeah, let's finish
You
business
aren't
first before
going
you go ice
anywhere.
cream.
Okay.
Yeah, like
You
I
can
also want to
wait.
go. I also want to go to the library. We
Also,
drop off
Amaranth, you didn't ever
We don't need
send
you. You can go
ground
anywhere you
rules.
want.
Yeah, I gave
Amaranth,
up
you
on
did-
ground rules because I wanted to have a shower.
Of
But yeah,
course.
ground rules. Please, like, let's not massively split up. Let's at least try and keep with at least 2 people at a time.
All right, I'll stick with Petra. We can go to the library.
Yeah, I was gonna say New's gonna New. Petra's gonna follow New.
That's fine.
Okay, well,
we can go to the
well,
library once we drop
yes.
off some stuff.
Yes, New's going to the Merchant Guild with the rest of us.
Okay, so you've decided to go to the Merchants Guild?
Well,
Wait.
yeah, we need to go drop off.
Are you
stuff.
still carrying Petra
Are-
to the
are you-
Merchants Guild?
Are you going to be eating breakfast at the tavern before you go, or are you just gonna grab food and go?
No, we're going to eat
I
at tavern. We just wanted to keep New from going
As-
anywhere.
As
Okay.
they're grabbing me, can I Misty step and fuck off?
You can certainly
No.
try.
Comedy retract. Comedy retract.
You're just like, no. I stepped right out the fucking door.
You do know I can run you down, right?
He could, yeah. He's faster. You'll get away at the very beginning with your Misty Step, but he's gonna catch up before you make it to that library. Yeah, so it takes you about an hour to sit down, grab all your food, eat, get your drinks, etc. At which point you're able to get up and go to the Merchants Guild.
New has nothing but nervous energy throughout the whole meal.
Yeah, she's just like her leg is vibrating under the table, making the whole table shake. But yeah, so you're able to head out to the Merchants Guild. As soon as you get there, You notice that the doors are nice and open, welcoming you in. You're able to go inside, and immediately you see that there is a big sign over one of the counters that says "Drop Off."
Cool. We'll take the saddlebags there then.
Okay.
Do we also need to register here as well? So we either need to do that, or do we not?
Oh no, because we're still in Byralia, which said we don't need to register with them.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are
but
still in the territory of the Byralian free markets, which does not require registration. It only requires taxes be paid to the Merchants Guild if you sell any products within their territory.
Cool.
I would like to ask someone up at the counter though whether they can copy our pass for us. So basically, each of us have a version of the same pass. So we can be acquitted with the affiliate, the company, obviously the Wolf Sentinel company.
So they are unable to copy the original pass, as it's got a very specific code inside of it, as you have witnessed yourself with the Rubik's Cube. However, what they can do is issue what are called employee licenses, which basically say that you represent the company.
Oh yeah, cool. How much for another 4 of them?
It is 5 silver each.
Cool. I'll give 20 silver. Or 2
Okay.
gold.
Go ahead and tick off the 2 gold, and then you can add to your inventory there a new item, and just call it a merchant employee pass.
Okay, I give one to everyone apart from you because she's got the pass already.
Yeah.
So this should help. Just
Yeah.
in
Wait,
case
wait.
you
Does
do wanna
Petra
go.
get a special one because she's not technically an employee?
Technically, you
I
have
mean-
Petras.
You have
Yeah.
Petra.
Petra will look at you and say, "Gimme."
Give.
No,
Yeah, definitely no on that one.
Yeah, it's probably still a good idea for me to hang on to this.
So that being said, you are officially welcome to the town of Bello. The drop-off counter goes very, very professionally. Essentially, as you step up, they ask for your paperwork and the packages. You hand them over. You see that somebody behind the counter immediately just gets rid of the magic on them, opens it up, takes out the package, sets it down, hands back the saddlebag, and immediately goes just one after the other. It's a very quick process. After which, they hand you 20 silver for each of the packages. There were 5 horses carrying packages. Each package, each horse had 2 packages, so we'll say that you managed to get 20 gold between all 5 of you.
So 4 gold apiece.
4 gold
Yeah.
apiece.
I will inquire if we have to pay taxes on this.
Uh,
are we selling it?
So at that point, they specifically refer you to the manual that you should have and should have been able to read at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do have a manual, and it
Got lost in our own
specifically
museum, huh?
says, yeah. So it specifically says that in the manual under the Byralian market section, it specifically says, remember, these taxes apply to all 4 merchant work types that are defined in this manuscript. Do not forget these taxes. Failure to pay them frequently results in forced slavery. And the defined 4 work types, if you go earlier into the book, you will know that the 4 types are courier work, which you just did, goods reselling, passenger transport, and smuggling.
Let's go. We have to pay taxes on it. I just saved our asses.
You do, yes, and the taxes are 10%, which is 2 gold.
That's 18.
Yes.
So we have 18 gold, right?
18
Okay,
gold
so-
profit, correct.
That's fine. So I go to the group, right? So obviously we're going to need money for the company now. So I don't mind holding on to it as treasurer.
Well, I was thinking if we just have 3 gold and then we can just add it to the Wolf Sentinel company because it already has a gold thing in there.
Okay, yeah, but who's actually holding on to that gold in real life? Because we haven't got a thin air we can just poke gold from.
Yeah, this is more an organization thing than it is. But actually, what you could do, as a better idea to make it a little easier, is you can actually store gold in one of the 3 bags that you have on you, and you can use that to carry the gold. So if you're the treasurer, for example, Toby, you can open up one of your backpacks and you'll notice that it has a coin weight or a coin section, and you can actually put the funds there and then be the actual treasurer.
Yeah.
So,
If everyone's happy with that,
we'll have to decide on how we want to handle that, because at the very least we should have like a specified percentage that will always go to the company so that we have funds
that makes sense.
for things, especially since now apparently I'm going to have to start brewing a ton of health potions because Raynor decided to leave.
That's fair enough.
Wait, Raynor left?
Yeah, he ran on the left. He went to the church. Didn't
So-
you see him go?
If we get
No,
into
I
some
didn't.
shenanigans again, we're gonna need something to keep us from dying.
Indeed. So that's why I was saying, how much do we want to put towards bag of holding, and how much does? I'll keep it on me in my bag of holding because that way I've got space for it.
It's hard to tell at this point. Maybe we should just start with a safe bet, like 50%.
Well, 10% is almost about 2 gold with what we have.
Well, the question is there's going to be possibly two different types of income. Income from jobs we take, income from enemies we slay.
True. So how much, right now we got this 18 gold, how much do you want to put to the company and how much do we want to share out each? Do we want to just take like 2 gold each?
I was gonna say, because it's a weird number, I would say 2 gold to everybody, the rest goes into the company.
Right, so that's 8 gold into the company and everyone gets 2 gold. Yes? There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Everyone happy with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, well I'll put 8 gold into the bag of holding then. And then everyone put 2 gold into your thing.
Okay.
785.
Like I say, I'll use my bag of holding for the treasury money, and I'm pretty dependable with holding things, and generally I don't get killed, so
Yet.
yeah. Come close a couple of times, but you know.
Still need that ethereal tether so that if you get kidnapped, you have halfling barbarian there.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be hilarious. You know, kidnap me. They go, how far did you take me? Oh, we took you about 200 yards outside the city. Oh, I feel sorry for you. Why do you feel so? Oh dear, there she goes again. Oh, they laughed too long. Did
Alright.
they take you away from food, Petra?
Alright, so you've divided up your funds then?
Yep.
Yep, everyone got the 2 gold, and then
Okay.
if Windsor, if you wanna give me the gold to put into the fund, I don't mind holding it for you if you want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Specifically to that, because I know you don't like to hold on to money.
That'll work.
Okay, cool. So I'll put another 2 gold into.
That sure will look at Toby. I have a lot of gold.
Okay. Do you want to put any into the fund for the company, or
Half of it.
do you want to hold on to it?
Half of it.
Okay. Well, how much do you want to put in? You got to tell me. I don't know how much you got.
So actually, what you can do, Petra, is if you open up your character sheet, you can go to your inventory and you click the little coin icon on the left. You can transfer. You can hit the transfer button, and if you hit half, it'll tell you what exactly is half of what you have.
Make it a nice round number. Do I just transfer it to the Wolf Sentinel Company?
You can if you want. And then he could withdraw it from there if he wants. Alright, so funds distributed. What's next on the agenda for everybody?
To the library.
And Petra will follow.
Also,
Okay.
New's gonna look for like an alchemy shop or herbalist, things like that of that nature as they head through the streets.
Okay.
Did you send me money, Petra?
She sent it to
It's
the
in the
Wolf
Wolf
Sentinel Company.
Oh, hence why there's 380 in there.
Yes. So you can transfer that to yourself if you hit the manage currency button on the left.
Oh,
And
no,
you
it's
just
fine.
you just hit
I'll leave-
all and then
Yeah, I'll leave that in there, so that way everybody knows how much currency we've got, rather than keep constantly asking me how much money have we got in the bag.
Okay. that
But
works
what,
too.
so what I'll do is I'll
How do
say
I
that
look
it's
at
in
it,
the
though?
bag, but obviously everyone can see. So what I'll do is I'll just add another 10 to that, because I've got 10 in my bag at the moment.
How does one look at the Wolf Sentinel
So
Company?
if you just left click on Wolf Sentinel Company, it's in your actors list. So on the right there's looks like a person icon, circle over like a half circle.
Oh, I'm dumb.
And then Wolf Sentinel Company, if you click on that, you can see that there's still no emblem because Petra hasn't finished drawing it. But
So lazy.
you can see that there is the Wolf Sentinel Company there. And then you can see that you have a members list, an inventory that shows what you have amongst you as part of like company property, and then a description that nobody has filled out at this point. You see the
Yay.
top that part there where it says party. Please don't change that type. You guys are listed as owners of this document, which means you could change it, but if you change the type away from party, it could ruin the sheet, and you might lose all of the inventory items you put in there, so don't play with that setting.
Oops.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
well, that sucks for you. No.
so that's basically our overview sheet. I mean, nothing
Yes.
actually is held in there or anything like that. But eventually we can use that sheet for something like if we get a wagon, we can say
I'll
that's what's in the wagon.
Actually, the wagon has its own sheet with a cargo
Oh,
list.
really? Oh, that's
Yes.
cool. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, we haven't got to that point yet, so.
You have not.
Yeah, we don't have a wagon though. But when we do, we can paint it.
All right, so New's headed to the library. Petra's headed to the library. Where's Amaranth going?
Library.
Where's Toby going?
Windsor, would you fancy trying to make some more money again?
Sure, I
Maybe
don't mind
have
watching you
two.
get clubbed over the head a couple more times. I will
Thought
go
we
to
could
the
test our skills.
arena. Yeah.
Yeah, go to the gladiatorial area.
Okay.
Petra, do you want to come with us this time? Or do you want to
Petra will
go
look at-
find books on dinosaurs?
What are you doing?
We're going to the gladiatorial arena. Where we're going to watch some fighting and possibly get involved.
Oh, yeah. He'll just kind of like pump her fists and just excitedly go with them.
I
Alright.
think we've got a little friend.
That sounds
New
like it.
will be like, okay, I guess we're sticking together if you want to stick together in groups of two, Amaranth. Let's fucking go.
Alrighty, I'm down with that.
Okay. In that case, New and Amaranth, you will pass several shops along the way. The first one of note is there is an alchemy shop here, an herbalism shop here, and then closer to the college, there is the Mages Guild here, and there is another alchemy shop here, which is a larger, more ritzy alchemy shop.
I want to stop at the alchemy shop at the very least, maybe even the herbalist, depending on what I find in the alchemy shop.
Okay. Anything in particular that you're looking for at the alchemy shop?
I want to see if they have any, like, basic recipe books or something along that lines that, you know, to help a budding alchemist or whatever the hell you want to call me at this point.
Okay, and let me roll. Well, actually, roll me a d20. I'll let you roll. Just click the little D20 icon at the bottom right, and then hit roll. No,
Ooh.
they don't. They basically laugh you out of the store and
Wait,
ask
wait,
if
wait.
you think it's a bookstore.
Wait. I have inspiration.
Okay.
I'm using it.
Okay. Okay. So with that roll, give me a 1d4. Okay. You can pick 4 common recipes from the sheet that you are working on.
Just so I know.
From my
is there any
massive
other-
sheet.
Yes.
Sorry, is there any other stores around there while she's there?
This entire district is mostly stores. So, this right here is a tailor's. Here. This is a smith. This is the herbalism shop here. This is the alchemy shop. This is a carpentry shop. This here is an adventurers guild. This is another smith here. This is a runesmith. Then along the way, you will find that there is a theater here. Again, the mages guild, the alchemy shop there. And those are just along the way.
What I'll say is to Neil, I'll just say, look, I'm just gonna go to the tailor's. Do you want to meet outside the smithy, which is across the path, in about like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes?
Sounds good to me.
It just means that then we depart, but we then meet up at a central place.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the tailor's then?
Yeah.
Okay, and are you looking for anything in particular?
Maybe a nice robe. So obviously
Okay.
the robe I'm wearing now is a bit drab.
Okay, roll a d20.
A bit drab and also covered in dirt.
Exactly. I didn't go for a beautiful shower. Oh, wow.
They don't really have anything that's particularly nice there, but they do have, clothes that aren't ratty and worn down from months of traveling on the road.
Cool.
We were only out for like 3 weeks, technically.
Defile question.
Well, she had to travel to get to where she ran into you guys.
That's true.
Yes.
From this massive sheet that I have, like any common recipe that I've thrown on it, because some of these are, homebrew things, etc., that I don't know if you've looked over. And of the ones that are actually in D&D's source material, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ones that are D&D
11.
source material.
Okay, gotcha.
I haven't looked through all the homebrew stuff, so just standard potions. We can have 4 common potion recipes. Now, back to Amaranth, like I said, they have clothing that is respectably nice, but it's not anything fancy. If you're looking for particularly fancy stuff, that's going to be sold in the Bright Cloth District. The Windfall District is the essentially upper middle class.
Cool. I mean, I'll maybe just get some like clothing that I can wear for like camp or something, or like when we're relaxing. Then.
Okay. In that case, the average outfit there is 5 silver, but it ranges up to 15 gold.
Cool. I'll maybe buy something for like, I don't know, 10 silver.
Okay. In that case, you would have your choice between either a nice dress or, something more along the lines of, comfortable robe, but not so much dressy.
I'm going for a dress.
Okay, then you can have yourself a nice, pretty dress. And it'll be made out of sturdy material, not fine material, but sturdy material, so it won't get damaged in travel easily.
Awesome. Perfect.
Okay, and then... So Toby, Windsor, and Petra are headed for the Coliseum, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is, we'll say, 8 o'clock in the morning now, and the Coliseum is just getting warmed up for the day. You can see people are starting to show up a little bit here and there. As you go inside, you see that down in the pit area, there are a few gladiators essentially practicing their craft.
On the way there, do we notice there's like a entrance hall for potential fighters or anything like that? So basically, we can get an idea of where this may possibly work.
So, as you walk up to it, you make a perception roll.
Okey-dokey.
With a 13, yes, you will have seen that to the south end of the building, over here, there is a large, I guess, building attached to it that seems to be some sort of registry.
Cool. I'll point the other two over that way, and I'll go over with them.
Okay.
Petra will follow.
Alright, so you guys go over to the registry, and there's a rather gruff-looking gentleman sitting behind it, but he's surprisingly pleasant. So he's just a grizzled old man, but a nice grizzled old man, and he welcomes you on over, and he asks you, he goes, "Hey, what could I do for you?"
Me and my two friends here, we're looking to maybe help your gladiators spar. Don't want anything too deadly, as you can imagine, but looking to earn some coin.
He nods a bit, and so he holds up a sheet and then sets it down in front of you, and it shows that there are different tasks that you can complete, and they're basically pay by the day jobs, essentially laborer work or temporary work. There's things that range from just cleaning up the Colosseum to actual spar fighting. But it does have a clause with the spar fighting that you are responsible for any injuries that happen to yourself. So if you get cut, it is your responsibility to not die.
What do you two think?
That's about right.
Petra just has an excited grin on her face.
Sorry,
Hold
what
on,
did you
let
say,
me-
Winter?
That sounds about right.
Okie dokie. Yeah, the sparring ones then. We'll go for
Okay. So the sparring one pays 2 gold per day. And you'll be expected to spar for a minimum of 8 hours throughout the day. But you will be given, breaks between each sparring session so that you can eat, get your liquids, etc.
that. Food provided?
Food is not provided.
Sure you couldn't... Do you have food here that we can get?
So they do not have food there, as it's not currently an event day. There's no vendors at the Colosseum today. However, there is a local restaurant that oftentimes gives a discount to anyone that works at the Colosseum because it drums up business. And that restaurant is this building here, directly across, which the old man would point you to. And, at that place you'd be able to get a cheap meal because you were working at the Colosseum.
Cool. You guys happy with that?
That works.
Cool. There we go.
Okay. So upon, agreeing to everything, he has you fill out some paperwork that basically says, if you lose a limb, it's on your fault. You understand that, while sparring is meant to be non-lethal, that if you are really bad and you go against a really good opponent, what happens to you is your own doing. It's up to you to gauge your own skill level, so to speak.
Alright.
And that you won't hold the Colosseum liable for any injuries you suffer.
Or any murders we commit. I mean, that happened by accident.
Yes, exactly. By accident. Total accident.
Probably shouldn't say that to Petra.
But yeah, so you fill out the paperwork, you go down into the main pit area, and there's essentially a bench for you to sit on that basically says, it's got a sign that says something to the effect of sparring partners, rest here. So you're able to go sit there and rest and wait for somebody that needs a sparring partner that's, an actual Coliseum fighter, or you can just take a tour around.
I'll wait on the bench.
Same.
Petra
And
will
I'll-
get restless. Petra will try to sit on the bench, but get restless and start wandering around.
I will
looking
hold
at
on to
everything.
Petra. Petra.
And Petra
Wait.
will try to get away.
Petra,
Okay,
wait.
I need a contested strength check then.
That's not
Should have
fair.
pulled out a cookie instead.
Ah, I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
Oh, right, strength. Boop. Boop. Oof.
Yay!
Okay, yeah. Petra's not really trying to escape. It's more like nervous energy, doesn't want to sit still. So she's tugging, but not super hard. Whereas Toby's like, no, you're gonna stay here.
That'll be the forever roll. I beat Petra at a strength test.
You did.
For now.
That's gonna go down in history. It's probably the
It
only
doesn't
time it's
matter.
gonna happen.
It doesn't matter. He did it once. That's all that ever
That's
matters.
all that counts.
Yep. That's
Yeah, well, don't you remember? I threw a potato and intercepted your ice casting or whatever.
okay. So, as going to Amaranth and New. So as you're passing this building here, you notice that there's a lot of people gathered outside of it. And you hear singing.
Are you actually fucking using that song?
Yes, I am, because it
Okay,
is
cool.
exactly the mood I was looking for.
Okay, cool.
So, as you're passing the building, you hear a very melodic, what's often called to as Gothic cathedral music sound, resonating from the theater itself.
Do you want to check it out and see?
I suppose.
Okay. So you go to enter the theater, but obviously, there is an entrance fee. This is not a public show. This is, after all, the Bright Cloth District. There is a 5 gold entry fee to get into the theater.
Oof.
Okay, well, I'm interested, but I don't know. What do you think, New?
Petra could bring everyone to that.
I've
She
got the
could, but
money.
she's not here.
No.
That is a good question.
I mean, it might be just worth a wander at least. We've got the rest of the day to go to the library.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about potential future monetary issues, what with needing to supply the whole group with potion things. Seeing as that we lost our source of healing.
I mean, how much gold do you have?
Yeah, I have a number.
Very ambiguous.
It's pretty
Petra
sus.
also has a number.
Basically, how much is it to make a normal potion of healing?
With the way the system is set up, it would cost me
I believe
20 gold to make one because it
20
takes
gold to make one. Right, okay.
one of the 5 uses of my herbalism kit.
Cool. So it takes 20 gold to make one at the moment. It's fine.
Right. Do you want me to pay for you then?
I suppose if you want to.
Do you want to join me, New? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
She's over here acting like you about to shill on her.
Well, it sounds like we
I
should
mean,
actually be doing porn.
To be
music instead of
fair,
this.
New's a bit socially awkward.
I know, which is why I'm trying to train her out of it by asking the question again. That's fine. So that's fine. I'll pay for you. So then I'll pay the 10 gold. Jesus.
Okay. So you pay the 10 gold and you walk in, and immediately in the lobby you see a rather large, exquisite painting that beneath it has a plaque that specifically says that this is the performer, and the exquisite painting itself depicts a very beautiful raven-haired woman, and underneath of it has the name Marielle. So you see this large painting of her, and as you round the corner you can see this large opera house. I'm going to pull everybody over for a moment so everybody can see it. So you see this large opera house, and
Asher's like, what the fuck, where am I?
yeah, in the center of this opera house there is a large stage with the woman Marielle standing at the very center singing this song that seems to just absolutely resonate throughout the entire area. She's obviously a very talented singer, and everybody is absolutely enraptured by her music.
Cool. I'll look around for some empty seats.
Okay. Perception check. At disadvantage because it's dark. Or do you have night vision?
I have dark vision.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You have dark vision? Okay, then normal for you.
He's just like stumbling around trying to follow Amaranth because she
I'll
can't
try
see
and
in the
grab
dark.
her hand and be like, just hold on to my hand.
With an 18, yeah. So you're able to find a seat easily. So you go and you sit down. It's along the middle height, so somewhere along this area here. You're overlooking the stage. You can see down to her. And there seems to be an almost ethereal quality to her voice. Now, I'm assuming you're going to stay for the full performance?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. So the full performance is a 3-hour operatic performance, so you will be here for the following 3 hours. Okay?
That takes us to 12, which means we can spend the whole 6 hours at the library if we have to.
Yeah, you would still have plenty of time to go to the library after. Okay?
Is the time on the calendar accurate?
The current time, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
I was
Yeah.
like, we've got loads of time.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically ate, went and dropped some stuff off, stopped at the store along the way as you were moving, and ended up there. So, yes, that is where you guys will be at for the next 3 hours. I will say that the longer you listen to the music over the next 3 hours, the more you can feel it sort of resonating with you, like just almost welling up your emotions as you listen to the song. It's a very strong, heartfelt song, sung from a very, very talented vocalist. And like I said, that's why I picked this song. It's very much exactly the kind of song I was looking for. I was trying to find something like this, and I was like, fuck it. I know at least one.
I mean, I loved the song. Whenever I heard the opening, I always loved the song. It was one of those ones where you just listen to it like without watching the anime. That's why I was like, hold on a second, this sounds fucking familiar.
But yes, so I'm glad that that you were able to enjoy
There we go.
that little Easter egg. That being said, I'm going to pull everybody else back to the main scene here. So I'm going to pull all of you here. So everybody except for Amaranth and New should be back on the original map.
I'm
Yep,
not.
we-
So in that case, for the rest of the day, you guys will have essentially several chances to sit back down on the bench and rest. Then it'll be get up, spar with the next person that needs somebody to spar.
I'm not.
Jade's
I'm
on
not
there.
the other map.
Did I not pull you?
Nope.
It should have.
There we go.
There it goes. Okay. Yeah. So you have several opportunities to fight throughout the day. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you each roll a d20 with no modifiers or anything, just a straight d20.
Oh wait, that's not the wrong.
That is a
right one.
d8.
I'm dumb. Don't mind that. Delete that.
Yeah, the d20 is the second one from the right.
I'm sorry. I saw a triangle and I got the same fucking.
Oh, that's one good day. Okay.
Okay. Where's Toby's roll?
There you go, Toby. You got a chance to beat us.
Or am I just rolling a to hit or a d20?
Just a d20.
Just a d20.
Okay.
Yay!
Windsor and Petra will both be barely injured today. Toby, you will come out of this pretty alright. Petra and Windsor, you have accidentally fought opponents that are a little bit too much for you and kind of got your asses whooped. You're not like gravely injured or anything, but you're definitely going to be sore.
Petra's taking a trip to the bathhouse.
Petra will need a trip to the bathhouse after
You're
today.
not using any of my fragrances or oils, I'm telling you now.
That being said, I'm going to go ahead and say that the 3 hours has passed. And
Maybe I'll have Petra ride with Amaranth. Make her stinky again.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, I
Okay.
would.
So the concert has ended. It's been the 3 hours. You leave the concert feeling almost meditative. Like a weight has been lifted off of you.
Oh, she was really good, wasn't she?
It was a interesting experience.
Well, let's see. I won't have had that most probably in a long time. Maybe just
Plot
some-
twist, this is the song that we have to erase from existence to kill the one lich.
No!
Uh-oh.
So where's the song from? I don't get the right item.
It's from the anime Elfen Lied.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've seen the anime a couple episodes, but yeah.
And this
Intro,
song called
intro,
Lilium.
outro.
Intro.
Oh, okay.
Lilium is what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be why.
It's also the music box that they play several times during the anime plays Lilium as well.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get like a pamphlet
And-
for the song.
And also, fun fact, in the very first scene when she's walking out of the place and she's just kind of humming to herself while murdering everybody, that's Lilium that she's humming.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love a good old murder.
Yeah, no, she's a complete psychopath. It's lovely.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Like bipolar.
but what were you saying about a pamphlet?
yeah, there's like a pamphlet for today's performance.
Okay. So you're looking inside before you leave the theater?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there are pamphlets there. So you go and you pick up one of the pamphlets and you start reading through it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And it basically is a summary of Marielle and her career as an artist, where she comes from, etc. Which basically, to sum it up, she comes from the kingdom of Arodnia. She was found in a small northern village called Hosa, and she began singing there. The people there never really noticed her much until she, demonstrated her talents for singing. And over the last 3 months or so, she's really taken off and become known throughout the entire western half of the continent.
Snap. Wow, that's cool. I'll have to see if we can. It'd be lovely to meet her at one point. Maybe even get an autograph. Is there anything about the name of the song at all?
There's nothing about the name of the song. The song is specifically listed as untitled.
Okay. Well, I guess.
What's the title then?
Right, you ready to go to the library?
Yep.
Off we go.
Okay. So you leave there, you go to the library. It is a massive library. To put it into perspective for New, the library is larger than the college New went to. Just the library alone.
Blasphemy.
It is a massive library. It is the largest library on the continent.
Snap! Wow. I feel like we should have some sort of signal in case one of us is done, and we should
Right,
meet up somewhere.
Let's see. How about... I don't know what we would do for a signal. Heck, it's not like we can just cast a spell into the fucking ceiling of the building or something. They'd probably be salty about that.
Yeah.
That's even if the person could see the signal in the ceiling.
Well, so the time is 11 o'clock now. So let's just say we meet up in like 2-3 hours, and if we're still wanting to carry on, we can then carry on because we might be hungry by that time.
I'd say 2 hours just to be safe, and then we can gauge if we want to, take another hour or two from there.
Cool, that's why we'll meet here at like where the door is of the library.
Okay.
One.
After finishing that discussion, you walk inside and realize exactly how vast this library is, and how much you've underestimated the size of it by saying that you would be back in an hour or two. When you enter it and you realize that it is a 23-story tall spire.
Jesus Christ.
It is the largest library on the continent. It is massive. Every story has essentially the average of 20,000 books per story. And there are 23 stories.
Mhm.
You're gonna look at me. It's like, do you want to make that maybe 3 hours?
It would take you approximately 6 hours to search a single floor if you checked every shelf.
Well, I don't plan on doing that.
Well, I don't really intend on checking every shelf. I intend to find somebody and be like, this. I need this.
Exactly. You know what? I'm just gonna do browse or something. Let me just see what they've got.
Just a quick sweep of the place. A quick sweep of the place.
The way I look for books is I just kind of walk slowly along the shelf looking at each and every single title until
you
I find what I need.
find one. Yes.
And then they go to you. It's
And that
closing
would take
time.
6 hours to check
closing
one.
time.
Yeah. You would.
I would
you
actually
have
have
to
a
come
fucking.
back.
I would have a fucking field day because I like reading, except for I haven't been doing it very often.
Yeah, you would literally have to come back every day for a month if you planned on searching the library that way for books. There are that many books. It is a
I mean, as long as
library.
I'm up for like 12 hours each day looking, might cut my time in half.
Yeah, that's not including, time going up and down the stairs, going to and from the library or anything. Like it's a very big library.
You just start sleeping outside the library and be like, night, night.
They just got like little sleeping pods halfway up the library.
It's like climbing Mount Everest, but it's a library.
Yeah, there's just
Different
base
camps.
camp and then yeah.
Just yeah.
But so you're in this massive library. What do you do?
I'm gonna ask Nia like what's she gonna be looking up, so we don't look up the same.
I'm going to find me a librarian or something. They have to have somebody watching over this massive place. And look for books on potion making and alchemy for one.
Okay.
And if they have if there's time, I will also try and look for any information on the generals of the true pantheon.
Okay. So, from both of you, obviously, I need perception checks. You're trying to find books.
There's no
and
one
then-
like the general center that we can go to.
There is, but again, I'm going to need perception checks from both of you.
That's fine. Okay.
So at the general center, there is what is essentially a "You Are Here" map, and then it has a page for each floor, and then each floor is divided into sections, and then each section lists several shelves, and each shelf has a different topic. So there are many, many, many shelves to look through in this rather large "You Are Here" book.
Okay, time to take out my notebook. Okie dokie.
Yep. So with a 19, you very quickly find what you are looking for, the alchemy section. And so, are you writing it down, or are you gonna wing it?
To get to it?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna write that down.
Okay. So it is on the 3rd floor. It is on the 3rd section, 17th shelf.
3rd floor, 3rd section, 17th shelf.
Yes. And Amaranth, what were you looking for again?
I haven't said, but I'm gonna look
Yeah.
for 2 different things.
Okay.
I want to look at famous bard songs, something along the lines of like a song of immortality.
Okay.
And then the second thing I'd like to look at is any more information on the Void Journal.
Okay. So with an 11, I'll let you pick one of those topics and decide which one you found.
The bard.
Okay. So you do manage to find a section about celebrities and famous singers throughout history. That is going to be on the 5th floor, the 9th section, 12th shelf.
5th floor, 9th section, 12th
12th shelf.
shelf. Cool, perfect. Alright.
Right. So both of you, off you go to find your books. In the meantime, Petra, Toby, and Windsor are having their lunch break.
Here we go.
3 meals. Looks like you made it through. And
Yep.
so
Much
the Colosseum, the Colosseum workers only pay 5 copper for their meal. So Petra, you pay 15 copper, or 1 silver and 5 copper. Everybody else is 5 copper.
Fuck is my? There it is.
What were you saying, Toby?
Have you got that, Windsor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd hope he'd have 5 copper.
Sometimes he doesn't. That's why I asked Windsor specifically, because I know that he technically gives away his money as well. So
What's the exchange rate between copper and silver? Is it just like 10?
10,
Ten.
yeah.
everything's 10 apart from Electrum.
Nobody talks about Electrum.
15.
Yeah, but if you hit convert and convert all your money over, it will actually put some Electrum pieces up.
You.
Gross.
No.
Here's your reward, Electrum. God damn it.
Here you go, 2 Electrum. You couldn't just give me a gold. Nope, 2 Electrum.
You're the
Specific.
coin changer. Sorry, nobody takes Electrum anymore. God damn it.
Yep.
Hold on. You said 15 copper pieces?
Yes, or 1 silver, 5 copper.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys doing anything else on your lunch break, or is it just straight back to work?
I'll be trying to pep up these two because they had some pretty bad fights.
Okay. In that case, roll a d20 or a medicine check. Do a medicine check. Okay.
That was such a 20.
You managed to make sure that they don't die today. But other than that, they're still worse for wear.
You're doing great. Whatever you do, don't die out there.
Yeah, pretty much. He basically
Petra will just kind
pats
of
you on the back
look
and
at,
gives you a band-aid.
Petra will kind of
There.
just look at Toby and be like, could be worse.
You can dodge a mall, you
Could be
can
worse.
dodge a bagel.
She does.
Petra's
Petra
case,
doesn't
it
dodge
could
the
be
bagel.
worse.
She just lets it hit her while she
Yeah.
eats it.
That's the problem. She's fighting somebody named Bagel, so she keeps letting them hit her, thinking that she's going to get food.
That's
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that you're doing on your lunch break?
no. We're just gonna get back to work, so that way we can earn 2
Just
gold.
commiserating.
Okay.
Yeah, Petra will get back to work as well.
Okay.
Swing and a miss.
In that case, the book that Amaranth is looking for, she's searching the shelves, trying to find specific information on bards, correct?
Yeah, on like the bard Izoku and like all. Sorry.
Izokus?
Yeah, Izokus and the Song of Mortality. That's what I'm kind of really looking at. Is that actual kind of song itself from her?
Okay. So you're looking for specifically information about the Song of Immortality?
Yes.
So the book that you find first has no information about it. It's just like a, who's who list of bards throughout the ages. Does not mention Izokus at all. However, you do find a book that specifically talks about a song. And the song is called Memories. And it's said that Memories is one of the oldest songs still sung by bards today, and that it is widely held as one of the greatest songs ever written by a bard that had died a long, long time ago.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like it could be something. That has
They
weight.
specifically go into details about the song and about how one of the things that was most captivating about the song was the rejuvenating effect that everybody who listened to the song felt. And
She's gonna start thinking about that bloody song she was just listening to. That's like, God, that sounds like that song I just listened to.
so, as you're going through it, the lyrics to the song are actually written in plain view. And as you're reading the lyrics, give me a... Let's see. I don't think it would be history. Give me... Fuck it, give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence check.
Okie dokie.
Let's see if you caught what she was saying in the song versus what's written on the page in front of you.
Yes.
The lyrics match 1-to-1. It is the song that you were just hearing.
Shit.
I'm psychic.
I feel like that random woman as well maybe has something to do with it as well. What was her name? Maria. Something.
It could be, but like I said, the book that you just read also said that many bards still sing that song to this day, as it's widely held as one of the most beautiful songs ever written.
Yeah, but the difference is she said the song name was untitled. So that's my finger on that.
And the rabbit hole.
If it's
goes deeper.
untitled, we know that the song's called Memories. We've just seen it in this book. However, when they're singing the song, it was untitled.
In the book, it says that it's dubbed Memories,
Wow, I'm gonna be right
because
back
the
real quick.
title is not... The actual title was never known.
However,
I'm gonna be right back real quick.
Yeah.
However, if that's the case, many bards, if this is such a famous song and they continue to sing it, and they title it memories, they would most well have used that, colloquial name, but they call it
Okay.
untitled. The plot thickens. Cool, well, that's me for now. I'm going to start writing these lyrics down.
Okay. So you're writing down a copy of the lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay. And New is looking for alchemy books and the like, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you will find general how-tos and study guides and things like that, what you would expect college students to find, which is actually perfect material for New because she's used to studying college materials.
Let's go.
Uh,
She'll grab a few that look promising and start flipping through one of them.
Okay. Let's do... What would be a reading check? What do you think, Toby? What would be a good one for reading a book?
Investigation or perception is your choice, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm kind of
I'll-
thinking perception
it's
because
like
you're
either that
flipping
or-
through it.
Yeah, it's either that or you'd go with an intelligence-based skill, dependent on what it is that they're looking for. So, what is it you was looking for?
It's an alchemy book.
So I'd go with an Arcana or Nature, depending on what you want to do. You could do that one for reading to find something, because that's what you use for studying. Is an Arcana or.
I'll tell you what, you have a +6 to Arcana. Do an Arcana check.
Good job, you had +6.
Book goes over your head.
Next
I
book.
tried to help you out there.
We will say that you found 3 books. The first one's too complicated for you. Roll for the second book. You're able to understand the second book, and then roll for the third book. Okay, so you're able to understand the 2 books, but the first one is just way over your head. It's basically gibberish at this point.
The second book is Alchemy for Dummies. The third book is Alchemy for Dummies 2.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. One's alchemy for dummies,
Sorry,
one's
dude.
alchemy for foreign dummies.
Sorry,
But yeah,
dude.
so,
Alchemy for dummies, alchemy for idiots. Now she has to decide if she is an idiot or a dummy.
yeah, they have a book for that. No.
Yeah, that was book 1.
Yeah, dummies for idiots. No. No, that being said, you are able to read 2 of the books and get general information from them. That being said, you have a general idea of how to use an alchemy kit. You don't gain proficiency in the alchemy kit, but you will be able to use an alchemy kit. Should you be able to acquire one at some point. That being said, it's 5 minutes until 6, so we're going to go ahead and take a break now.
Cool.
And so try to be back in, let's say, 10 minutes, so by 5 after.
Okie dokies. I still can't get used to when you say 5 after. That's just, my brain just doesn't understand that. It does, but my brain goes, 5 past? Isn't that like 5 past?
Ask her what 20.
22?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't know if she's there yet, but I'll check. Boy. Hang on.
All right. Why is nobody back?
I'm here.
And you've got so much stuff to do.
Oh yeah. You guys don't use like past and 2 with tiny times, do you? Like
Have
20
what?
past, like 20 past or 22.
That depends.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, so you know what like 20 to 4 is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
340.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they do it. So.
Quarter after, quarter two.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we
Small
do say
past.
2 in past.
I know. It's just you say 5 after. My brain goes what?
Yeah, I can say 5 past. It's really just a locale
Local.
thing.
Yeah,
Colloquialism.
colloquialism term.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
It depends on where in America you are.
Yeah. For a while, it was just originally just a British thing there, where they'd say, "Oh, yeah, 20 past," and people would be like, 20
Oh,
past what?"
random hiccup.
Or they say, "Oh, yeah, it's quarter two."
So what was that? Smokey came for all but 1 session.
2. Yeah, he played the other character beforehand. Remember, he played the druid that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
No.
I think he played the druid 2 sessions and the thief 1.
No. Anything.
Yeah, and I didn't even get any warning that he wasn't going to be here today or anything. He just didn't show up.
Also,
Yeah, he said that he was going to be here yesterday so that I could
Yep.
show him how to work the new character sheets. He never showed up, didn't say why he wasn't going to show up, and then he didn't show up today at all. So, yeah, it's...
At that point, it's like, what's the point anymore?
Yeah, he's not even trying.
Exactly. So why should you
Yeah.
bother?
Exactly. I'm not going to waste my time or your guys' time.
Exactly.
Is everybody back ready?
Yeah, it's like trying to get Jade to come to D&D.
I'm back.
I
Right.
know. It's so hard to get Jade to come to D&D. It's a struggle, really.
I can believe that.
All right, Zoe, you here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody's back. So everybody good? You ready to jump back in? Anybody have anything that they're still doing?
No.
Good. No.
Okay. In that case, yeah, we can jump back into it.
So, you know that concern you were just talking about?
No, I wasn't.
Are you sure you wasn't?
Yeah, I wasn't talking about any sort of concerns. Thank you, though, Jem. That being said, so you managed to essentially stop the bleeding for Petra and Windsar, but they're still going to get their ass whooped today.
Yay!
That being said, I take it you're going just straight back to work then? Nothing else on the way?
I, Toby Thunderfist, will head back to work.
Okay. Toby the Thunderfist, you got it.
Don't make
Yep.
that thing. Don't make that thing.
Toby the Thunderfist and his best friend Dirk Diggler.
Dirt Diggler, I like it.
Toby, ready for fisting.
I didn't know Windsor was
I
a dirt-
heard the Bexcarone. Alright,
Sorry, I
so you've been in that library for 3 hours now. What's the plan?
Okay, well, I gotta go back
If,
down
if
to
it's
the-
3 hours, we're going to the spot we agreed to meet.
Okay?
Yep, same here.
Alright, so you go back to the spot. It's
Firstly,
a
I
pretty
would
short
say-
walk now that you're not stopping to look at all the shelves. But it's a pretty short walk. You get back to where you agreed to meet.
I was going to say, personally, I would have had them do a perception check to see if they knew what the fucking time was to get back in time. Especially for them two.
Anywho.
We'll get there and immediately look around to try and find an amaranth.
And we try and
I
find
know.
a new.
Fun fact, I actually do need a perception check from Amaranth.
Yummy. I don't
Who
see
doesn't notice shit. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Continue with your
Oh.
day.
Stuff
follow
it.
the perception.
You shut the fuck up.
Someone who plays too much BG3. Failed your perception check. What's that failed?
Somebody
Yeah.
cast guidance on me.
Oh, I don't have any inspiration, so I can't even re-roll if I wanted to. Actually, where is my inspiration?
So
You used
on
it.
your sheet,
Oh, wait, that was new. Never.
no, you have inspiration. So on your sheet, if you look at the number 4 at the top right, where it shows your level, that glowing star, that is your inspiration. When you use your inspiration, you click that and it'll go dark. And when it's dark, you don't have inspiration. So right now you do have inspiration if you want to try again.
Yeah, let's try again.
Okay? So go ahead and remove your inspiration and then re-roll your perception check.
That's better.
That's better. You still notice nothing.
Oh well, at least I tried.
You did. You gave it your all, but you did not notice. You were so close, but I will say with a 13, you definitely noticed that there was something. You just felt like maybe you were being watched or something.
Cool. Okay. I mean, being a tiefling, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it wouldn't seem too out of the ordinary, except for the fact that every time you turned around where you thought maybe you were being watched, there was nothing there. There's just kind of that creepy feeling that something's watching you, but every time you turn around, there's nothing.
Cool. Wow, that's great fun and not ominous at all.
No, not at all. Especially not from me. I wouldn't do terrible things to you.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't. Don't check bullshit to me, bitch.
So,
Anyway.
what are the library goers doing now?
Niu will ask if Amaranth found anything interesting and not even knowing what she was looking for.
I did something. I found something about the bard that we were researching and the song. So I think I have something about that. Did you find anything good about your alchemy?
I learned some basics about, alchemy supplies. So it's a start at least.
All right. Do we want to go out to eat or do we want to keep looking?
Knowledge food.
I
knowledge
mean,
food.
if this were any other situation, you would probably just completely lose track of time when she's studying things. So I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, we're gonna go and have something. We can go get a quick bite to eat and then we can come back. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. We're being the mother. Let's go nourish our bodies.
Okay, so where are you going to go find food?
That's a good question.
We could maybe check out the college. It might be interesting, and they probably have a cafeteria of some sort, though I don't know if they'd serve non-students.
Worth a try. I mean, if there's a library, there's got to be some food around here, around the university. Are you able to put us back to the map because we're still on the Opera House?
Yes, I can. Hold on. I forgot that I left you there.
That's quite right. Is there like a sign or a notice that we can see in the library that gives us like another map or a leaflet? Or actually, do I still have the? No, you have the map from the.
Yeah, but it didn't label anything but like the big attractions kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll go back.
So like
over
it labels
bridge.
the college and the, library, the Coliseum,
Guilds,
things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess our best bet is to go back over the bridge and try and see if we can find food because we're not gonna be allowed in the noble area. That's for sure.
I mean, they don't know I'm not a noble.
I mean, we can try.
So
You also
realistically,
have to
though-
consider that if you go into the noble area and you attempt to purchase food or anything, you will be paying noble prices.
That is very true.
So our options are check for like a cafeteria at the university or go back across the bridge to try and find something in the Windfall district, which is, if I remember correctly, where all the like shops and food places and stuff was.
I mean, we could go to the university. If they can't feed us there, they can always point us to somewhere where we can be fed. That's what makes better. So
Also, I see that ritzy alchemy shop right outside the library. I need to go stop there one of these times. On the way back to the library. On the way back to the
yes,
library.
we can do it after we've eaten. After we've eaten, off to the university to see if we can find somewhere to eat.
Oh,
So have you decided where you're going?
Yes, to the university to see if they can either feed us there or direct us somewhere to eat.
Okay. So upon entering the university, you see that there is another large book, very similar to the one that you found in the library. That's essentially the layout of the university, which is good because this is a rather large university at 6 stories tall. And that's not including the ground space that it takes up. But thankfully, the cafeteria is on the ground floor and it's right around the corner from you. You go to the cafeteria, and they very specifically state on the wall next to the cafeteria that guests are welcome to eat at the cafeteria. They don't receive the college discount rates for food, but they are allowed to eat there.
Tech and go.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Don't have to walk all the way across the thing to get food.
You do not, because college students don't like to walk far.
No, we don't.
So you go to the cafeteria, and it is 5 silver apiece to eat.
Second go.
And the food there is relatively good. It's not super high end, but a lot of people that attend the school are nobles, and so they won't tolerate bad food.
Cool, that's fine.
Nice. You pays the 5 gold, eats her food.
Well, I mean, to Petra, food is food. Doesn't matter what it is.
5 silver.
Did you
not
say
5
5?
gold.
I was to say 5 silver.
Yeah, it's
not
5
gold.
silver.
Did I say gold?
You said
Yes,
gold.
you did.
I took silver away, but
Okay.
if I said gold, I meant silver. Because I subtracted a
Right.
gold, added 10 to my silver, and then subtracted 5
That's
to that,
probably
so I got
why
one
you
half.
said gold, is because you were converting the gold to silver.
You subtracted gold, you added 10 silver, and then you subtracted 5 silver.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I didn't have 10 silver, 5 silver
No, just the
without
fact
doing
that
that.
you didn't leave a step out. You just added 5 silver.
Okay, so you manage to eat your food. Takes a little while. It is now 4 in the afternoon. The people working at the Colosseum can go home for the day. As it's getting late in the afternoon, the gladiators are retiring to go wash up and take care of their swords and do other things that don't require sparring partners.
Yay!
Cool.
That being said, Windsor and Petra are both severely beaten and probably need to rest.
No, I am Spartacus!
At this point,
Petra's
with
ju-
the concussion that he has, he might believe that.
Petra just becomes reserved.
She just humbled by getting her ass whooped.
No, not really.
On our way out, I'll see the man at the front for our earnings for the day.
Okay, and that'll be 2 gold per person.
Cool.
So 2 gold to each of you for working.
And then we give
10% of that to the company, so.
we have to pay taxes though.
That's not merchant work. You don't pay taxes.
Oh,
It's not merchant work, we don't pay taxes.
Yep.
I was just
Don't.
going to say we can keep the 2 gold to ourselves.
It's entirely up to you, obviously.
Petra will just take her 2 gold. She's gonna spend 1 to go to the bathhouse.
Still doesn't know that she has a voucher in Amaranth's pocket.
Amaranth didn't tell anybody but Amaranth, so.
Yep.
Exactly.
I kind of forgot. Oh my God, yeah.
She was just so relaxed. She just went back, laid in bed, and went, ah.
Yeah,
You boys don't need to pamper
Wingard, do you
yourselves.
want, put that in the fund? Or do you want to keep that on you?
Who, what, where?
Pardon?
Who you talking to?
Windsor,
You,
do
Windsor.
want to keep that money on you, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll keep that on me. I like
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
keep a minimum amount of gold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is,
Petra-
what's Toby doing? Because Petra's
Uh,
going to the bathhouse. What's Toby doing?
Yeah. I'll click on both of them and said where you 2 going. Obviously, I'll find out. Petra's going to go to the bathhouse. Windsor, are you going to head back to the inn?
I'm going to head back to them at the end, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to head to the smithy quickly myself.
Okay. I need a perception check from Windsor.
Yay. Love it.
Windsor doesn't see shit. He's limping home. He just wants to lay down. He's not looking up. He just wants to
It's
go
like a
lay
neck
down.
in combat. I mean, really, and a trident? Who the hell uses a trident? God.
Exactly. Like, ugh. It's basically unfair. It was supposed to be a sparring match.
So basically, he's just grumbling.
Yeah. Okay. And then what were you saying, Petra?
I was just gonna say as she gets to the bathhouse, she's Kinda bloody.
Yeah, better rinse off before you get in the bath. Don't want to piss anybody off.
I don't even think it would matter if she did.
Oh no, you definitely need to rinse off first. They have
No,
a
no, no.
rinsing station for a reason.
What I'm saying is, even if she rinses off, it may not matter.
Just there's too much blood.
She's still bleeding.
Now, Amaranth and Mew, what are you doing? You finished eating.
Finished eating to the ritzy alchemy place.
Okay. So you step inside, and there is a very snobby-looking woman behind the counter there. As you look around, you notice that all of the countertops are polished marble. They have a plethora of alchemy equipment. All of it looks to be made of the finest crystal and glassware. This is a very nice alchemy shop. There doesn't seem to be a speck of dust anywhere in the entire building.
Heck, I feel like this is going to be expensive. Neil will go up to the snobby-looking lady and be like, excuse me.
Okay. Give me a charisma roll. Just straight charisma.
Straight charisma. Click. 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 Oof.
Okay. So
That was almost
she
a nat 20.
so she looks down her nose at you and she goes, "Can I help you?"
I need to inquire about the purchase of alchemy supplies and any potential learning material in terms of growing my skills with said alchemy supplies.
Okay. She kind of snorts at you in a derogatory way when you ask about books and everything. She goes, "The library is across the street. This is a supply shop."
The library doesn't sell books that I can take with me.
Knew you're out of your wheelhouse. Bring Amaranth up. Her resting bitch face will match.
So,
Hey,
you
he's
mentioned that
from-
the library doesn't sell books, and she, with a wide sweeping hand, gestures to the entire store, which is entirely devoid of books. And she goes, "And does it look like I do? This is a supply store. If you need supplies, then get it. If not, go."
Oh, I'm gonna smack that bitch.
I told you.
Okay, how much will it cost me to buy, a standard set of alchemy supplies then?
She gestures to a counter to her left that has various different supplies, but there's a little tag off to one side that mentions that what's called a study kit, which is the general kit that people have when they're beginning out, is 35 gold.
What are the other kits that are there?
So they have the complete kit, which is 175 gold, and then they have what they call the Brew Masters kit, which is 400 gold.
Holy hell. And I suppose Niu knows absolutely nothing about the difference between these kits.
She's read a lot of books. I will let you roll a history check if you want. She knows fuck all.
Absolutely nothing.
Get to be a 15.
Yeah, she knows fuck all about the difference. To her, it just looks like there's more stuff in the bigger ones.
Hmm.
I'll go to New, seeing her looking over between the two. Like, do you want me to ask her any questions? Because she's being a right old cow right now.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
I was saying, I could just see you looking at between the two things, looking very confused. I'll just go to you like, do you want any help? Do you want me to ask her any questions? Because she's giving you a right old attitude right now.
Amaranth repeats that
I need
much louder this
I
time.
need a stealth check.
I don't think Amaranth was being stealthy with that one.
Most probably.
I was gonna make a stealth check for the first one anyway, when she was attempting to whisper. I'm assuming that the second one was just her clarifying out of character, rather than in character, but I still need a stealth check for the whisper. You basically shouted.
I mean,
she heard you clearly across the quiet store.
And I
I'm just
don't
trying to
care.
figure out what kind of supplies I'll need to be able to, you know, help everyone out if push comes to shove. And, well, I've read a little bit about, you know, alchemy supplies. All this is still confusing to me.
So you want to know what one you need to be able to make alchemy supplies.
No, these are the alchemy supplies.
These are the alchemy supplies. Okay, supplies, not surprise.
Alchemy surprise!
Surprise!
Ah!
Surprise!
that's when
Here's a
you fail-
potion. Good luck.
Yeah. The surprise is when you fail your DC.
Kaboom!
Yeah. Which is the cheapest option?
35 gold.
And then there was one that was 120 and one that was 400, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
You being a super nerd is like, I should just get the 400 one just in case I need something. But also, that's a lot of money.
Do you have 300 gold? 400
Yes.
gold? Bitch, I spent 5 gold. Do you think I'm rich?
Well, that went the bonding.
Yep. Right out the window.
Listen, I was worried about being able to make stuff so that we can actually, you know, hopefully survive whatever crazy shenanigans has been going on lately, and almost, you know, Raynor got hit by a fucking tree and almost died, and then Petra got blasted by that priest and almost died. And, like, people keep getting up practically one shot.
Yeah,
And
and
to eat and keep beauty treatments. Do you think this is cheap? Take the next one. Right, I'll go up to the woman.
I need to get supplies and I need to get ingredients and
Yeah, I'll go up to the woman and just gonna try and see if I can get her help with this.
okay. So what do you say to her specifically? And go.
Oi, ball bag! Can you help my friend here? No.
All right. The DC is 12,000. No.
Not 20, that shit.
Okay, I rolled a 9 plus my modifiers, 12,001. We're good.
Yeah, boy.
Is that with the Glaswegian kiss?
Anyway, I will go up to and say, look, my friend's having difficulty not knowing which one it is. Are you able to help her with that? With a little bit less of the attitude.
Are you adding the with a little bit less attitude?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, persuasion at disadvantage.
Natural ones.
13. That's a tough call. Let me see. She rolled a 15. She's not very impressed. So she looks between the two of you and then goes, if she can't tell the difference, she shouldn't be using any of the advanced equipment. She'll just break it.
I'll have you know I'm very careful with my things.
For the record, the disadvantage wasn't from the snide comment at the end. It was from the very poorly whispered insult.
I will take that. I mean, I was very close, so, you know.
You
take
were,
that.
yeah. It was contested to a 15, so.
No, hurry up and pick one, please.
All right, so we know what New's doing for the rest of the day. What's it? No.
This is important.
And all I
This
can
is a big
hear is,
decision.
all I can hear is,
Your equipment is
Fucking
very
torture.
important when you're trying to learn a new craft or study a new thing.
Give
If
me
there's
a perception
anything-
roll.
Me?
Yes.
If there's anything I've learned from all my time at the academy or at university, it's that you need quality things.
So it looks like all of the tools in these kits are of similar quality, but that the higher end kits have more tools or larger tools in some cases. Like, for example, there is a larger beaker than there is in the starter kit. So you could potentially create higher volumes of things with a more expensive kit.
I just
So,
go for
like,
mid range.
Creating multiple of a single type of potion at one time, essentially.
If that's how you want to take what I just said.
Whoa. The real question is maybe I can just start with like maybe the middle one and upgrade later?
I still think the healing stone is a better idea.
Well, thank goodness you're not here. I would agree with you. I think the mid-range one is better to take, and then if you want to add anything or buy anything extra, you've got those options to do so.
Well, listen. You want to keep Petra alive? Just throw the stone at her.
Tell you what. I'ma take the night to think this over. We can go
Okay.
to the library, do some research, and I'm sure we won't just be darting off first thing in the morning, hopefully. And I'll have time to come back. Maybe even check the other alchemy shop, because I didn't even check there. Maybe they have this similar quality equipment for a better price.
And someone who's not so snooty either.
Amaranth does not appreciate the attitude.
I don't. Only I'm allowed to give attitude. Well, I'm fine with that. I would like to go for a bath. So, yeah, let's go.
No library?
We'll go back to the library.
Well, yeah, she wanted to go do research, remember?
It's for... Okay. Right, okay. Well,
Amaranth just wants to take a bath.
I'm like... Okay, cool. That's fine. We need to find out what time it closes.
Yeah. That. Let's check on that at least.
So, yeah, we'll go back to the library and see if we can find out what time it closes.
Okay. So you go back to the library and you find that it closes at 8 p.m.
Alright, fine. We can stay here until 7, and then I'm going to have a bath. It gives
Right,
you like
let's
3
go.
hours. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can find the thing I wanted to try and find previously, which was the details in the Void Journal again.
And New's gonna go back to the alchemy section and specifically look for information on the different types of alchemy
Perception
tools
roll.
to try and figure out this here buyer's what do you call it?
God fucking damn it.
Okay. So yeah, New finds a book that specifically talks about all of the various different tools in an alchemy set. Specifically that she'll recognize that there are several basic, they're not referred to as kits, but they're referred to as equipment sets in the book that different alchemists will often be found working with. And we'll recognize that these are generally the same kits that were being sold at the alchemy store. The 35 gold one is referred to as just a beginner's alchemy supply. Then there is what's called an advanced alchemist supplies, which is known to increase the probability of successful use of the kit, as it's got several extra tools that will benefit to it. and that the what's often referred to as an expert's set or an expert's kit is able to generally craft more than one thing at a time.
I assume the expert kit also gets the same,
Correct.
advantage as the
Yes.
middle kit.
So, meta information, the alchemist supplies, the beginner one for 35 gold, just allows you to do alchemy things. I was going to say we just allowed Jade for a second. The advanced one gives you a +1 to any alchemy related
Trying to
rolls.
Oh, and it put me back in the opera house. Yay!
The expert gives you a +2 to alchemy rolls, and you can craft 2 things at a time. And I will pull you to scene.
Thank you.
And I'll also do
I
this.
lost my calendar and I couldn't figure out how to open it again.
Oh, to open it, you should have what looks like a bookmark tab on the left under your character icon. It'll say Journal Notes when you hover over it. And then there is what looks like a calendar with SC on it for Simple Calendar. You'll also see a quest list pop up.
Where?
We have
On the
quest book?
left side, there's the tools options. One of them looks like a bookmark. It's like a square with pointy bottom.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, and then there's a Simple Calendar. And then there's a Toggle Objectives button.
I only see quests, but okay. Oh! Never mind. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Shut
how you
up.
get your calendar back.
Shut up.
And yes, there's a quest list. You'll be able to track certain quests there that, I go out of my way to prepare beforehand.
And then we never get to them.
Yeah, so it seems. You spend all day in the fucking library. And the Coliseum.
This is important. Does the book have any information on, the commonality of like moving from one set to the next or whatever? In terms of like
It's generally suggested that you make sure to always purchase an entire set at a time, because due to the variations in crafting quality and things like that, you don't want to end up with one having a really nice crafting quality and then mixing that with tools that are of lower quality. So it's always best to buy a complete set rather than to mix and match sets.
fun stuff. This is gonna be expensive. My wallet's gonna hurt. Coin purse. Excuse me.
Alright, so what's Amaranth doing at the library?
She was trying to find some more information on the Void Journal.
Yep, did not work.
Well,
Yeah, I saw your roll, that 7 there. You found
That's
nothing.
painful.
well, I'll just kind of wait at the entrance for you to get back.
Okay.
How long will it take you to gather this information from this book?
Roughly, I would say you found the information pretty quickly, you found the section pretty quickly. It takes you maybe an hour to find the book and to skim through it. So we'll say it took about an hour.
All right. Well, seeing as that she's content and with having finished her goal of learning more about the tools and to help educate her on this potential purchase, she will, put the book back and head to the entrance to hopefully be able to find Amaranth.
Okay. Amaranth was unable to find the book. What does she do when she can't find the book she's looking for?
She'll just look around the entrance, see if there's any interesting notices or anything like that. Because there's no point have one trying to wander into the library, as big as it is.
Okay, somebody finally checks a notice board. So, you notice that there is a very new notice on the notice board. It looks like it was posted within the last day or two, actually. So what you notice is that there is a missing poster. It says, reward 30 silver pieces. My daughter has gone missing, and if anybody knows where she went or is able to locate her, please find me at 118 Brighton Lane in the Windfall District. And then there's a signature there that you may or may not be able to read.
Not really. I can see it. Is it like Deathburn?
You can click on it to
I've opened it up, but I can't read that signature very well.
Well, I guess you won't be able to read his signature then.
BOS BRUN
Yeah.
DRAK.
AK. Yeah, I got.
That's what I get.
Brondrek. LeBron James. Get it.
Anyways, so that's the notice that you find.
Cool. I'll write down the address.
Okay. You're not going to take the poster? You're just going to write it down?
Well, if I could take the poster, I would take the poster.
Yeah, there's several of this same poster posted to the board.
Okay, cool. Then I'll take the poster.
Okay. So you take the
Did you
poster.
draw that in a file?
No. No, I
No.
didn't. I know. I was lazy. But I'm okay with that.
Lazy piece of shit. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Almost as good as trying to make this like town city here, honestly.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I wish I drew that. I'm not that good yet. One day.
I don't know. Some of your face drawings are almost that good.
Mine are mostly sketches at this point, though. I'm not good at the line art part yet. That's something I still got to work on a lot. But going back to D&D, this is D&D time, not art time.
Yep.
So you find the notice, and since you're hanging out in the main area there, you are plainly visible when Yu's done reading.
Perception check. Nat 1, Mew doesn't spot her and just walks.
It just walks into a wall while reading.
Walks into a fucking wall thinking she can walk through it.
So,
That takes me
assuming Mew then is just easy able to spot her, she will, quickly make her way over to Amaranth and be like, I think I am done with what I needed to do for today at least. Maybe something else will come up for tomorrow, but...
Cool. And then I'll go
Ahead of schedule.
Need the notice. Like I just saw this in the job board, which is I don't know if it's that far from where we are, but we are in the Windfall district, so maybe we can check it out.
Yeah, we might check into that. That could be something interesting. That, and with all the shenanigans going on with cults and whatnot, who knows what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty.
Hopefully she wasn't sacrificed to something.
Who knows? Well, we can go and see her dad. So we don't have to go tonight. We can maybe go tomorrow.
LeBron James.
Even though there's no J in that whatsoever, but sure.
No, it's still funny.
Okay, so you're gonna go directly look for him, or are you returning to the tavern?
And we return to the tavern, and then I can at least ask the main desk where that lane is.
Okay. Are you just gonna ask and then take off, or are you gathering the rest of the people, or what's the plan?
I'll be going upstairs once I kind of know more information.
Amaranth
Okay.
completely forgot about the bath.
So when you ask, she pulls out the same map that you already have of the city, but then she actually writes the name Brighton Lane on this specific street here that stretches along this main courseway here. So this right here is Brighton Lane, and 118 Brighton Lane is actually this sort of grayish building here.
Cool, so that's not that far away from us either.
It is not. It's pretty much right down the street, a couple blocks away.
Cool. Well, I'll go back upstairs and let the gang know.
I just saw the bathhouse.
Alright, so here's the plan. seeing as that
I'm
it's
not there yet.
5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, where is Toby again?
Went to the smithy.
That's correct. Okay, that's right. So you went to the smithy. Did you go to this smithy here, or this smithy here, or this smithy here, or did you go to this smithy here? That one?
there.
Okay,
Oh.
so just
It
the
was
first
way
one.
back.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so you go to the smithy, and what are you looking for? You're looking for, I'm guessing, supplies to work on a firearm again?
No, actually. I want to try and talk to the smithy about armor.
Okay. So you look around the shop, you find a rather young smithy working there. But he's obviously a smithy by the way he's built. But he's obviously fairly newer at his craft. But as you walk up, he's like, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
Hello there, good man. I'm looking at getting myself a set of full plate armor.
He nods a bit and he thinks for a minute, kind of looks you over, and he goes, "Full plate, huh? We've got some of that. Follow me." And he leads you inside, and he leads you to several racks that he's got off to the side that show the different types of armor, and you can see that he's got a section up where there's a full suit of full plate armor right there, and he's like, "It's not the best work in town, but I charge a fair price for my work."
How's this suit looking?
From what you can tell, it's pretty average. It's not run down. It's not a bad suit of armor, but you wouldn't consider it to be artisanal by any standards.
It's pretty good. I'm not looking for artisanal, really. How much would you charge for that?
So for the full plate armor, he charges 1,200 for it.
1,200. Out of curiosity, I'd look to the young lad and go, how long roughly and what would it take if I helped you make a set of armor? Because I'm quite skilled at smithing myself.
Well, he thinks for a minute and he goes, "Well, can't say I've had anybody try to help me, but if you help me, I suppose I could do half the price if you do half the work."
Sounds fair. How long roughly do you think it would take to make a suit of armor?
He thinks for a minute. Full suit of armor usually takes about 3 days.
Sounds fair. So we'll say 600 and help, obviously, for each day.
He holds out his hand and he's like, "I can do that."
Brilliant then. I'm gonna have to just consult with the rest of my trading company, because obviously I've got to make sure that they're okay being in the city for the next 3 days. Pretty sure they'll be fine with it, but I just want to make sure that they're okay with it first. If that's okay with you?
Yeah. He nods and he's like, "Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Just come back when you need."
Cool, brilliant, no worries. How long do you stay open till tonight?
We close about 8.
About 8. What time is it now? 'Cause
It's
obviously this is pre-
currently about 5 o'clock.
about 5 o'clock. Cool,
Yes.
no worries. I'll head back to the inn then to hopefully catch up with everyone else.
Okay. So you head back to the inn, and you run into everybody else that's currently gathered there. Petra is still at the bathhouse, I believe, or has she left?
Still at
It's
the
been a
bathhouse.
couple hours.
She needs to relax, okay?
Okay, alright. I'm just double checking and letting you know that it
She's
has been a few
taking it-
hours.
After taking a nice warm bath, she is now taking a nice cool bath.
Understandable. Okay, so everybody but Petra has made it back to the inn then.
Cool. Well, I'll put it to everyone else then. Basically, I want to make myself a suit of armor. Now, I can't afford 1,200 for a brand new suit of armor, as you can appreciate. But a nice young smithy's let me help him for the next 3 days to make myself a suit of armor. It's going to cost me 600 gold, which I can afford. But I think it'd be beneficial for our ongoing endeavours. But it means I will have to be here for at least 3 days. So I don't know what everyone else thinks about that, whether you're fine being in the city for another 3 days or if not longer.
Well, Amaranth found this like missing poster. Me and her and maybe Petra and Windsor, if they want to tag along, could definitely check into that while you're beating on metal with a hammer or
Beating that
something.
meat.
Just have
I mean,
to
at least
bring
he's
the
not
pen
getting beat by a Goliath.
Yeah. For once, he's giving the beating.
down. That's what I did last time.
Likely.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with that. No problem for me.
Oh, if you are you happy with that, Windsor?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Less
cool.
chance of you being taken out early in combat, the better.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a lot thicker armor than what I currently have.
Yeah.
Okay, touch your bye-byes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll leave you lot to it, but I'll come back and cook dinner in a minute. I'm just going to go have a word with the smithy, just so he knows that I'm going to come back and help him in the morning.
Oh, yeah, sorry, before you go.
Mm-hmm.
I have a voucher for you to have a bath. I would really suggest you have one.
I'll use
Wow.
it after my 3 days.
Damn!
He's gonna stink to high heaven for those 3 days.
He already does.
think
Yeah, but like you're gonna be working next to a fire all day for 3 days straight while already covered in your own BO. You're gonna stink.
That's why I said after.
I'll just put it on your bedside table, but I would really like you to use that before, it's too late. 'Cause-
That's fine.
Before it's too late, like I said, it's gonna murder people.
yeah, before they stop letting us into this, because they keep cleaning the bedsheet, but they can't clean off the muck, and they're like, why does this still stink? I don't understand.
Musk. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. Well, I'll head back out again quickly to the smithy before he
Okay.
closes.
Yeah, so you head back to the smithy. He's still there working away, and you guys, finish agreeing on the deal. He holds out his hand for, an official handshake.
Oh, yep, I'll give him an official handshake.
All right, and then he goes, all right, I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. I'll head back to
Okay. And then he goes back to working on the piece that he was already working on.
Cool. When I get back to the inn, I'm just going to start cooking a meal again. I'll probably do veg stew this time.
Okay. Now, what's
Petra's
everybody
gonna
else
need
doing?
Protein.
Petra needs protein? Yeah.
Has like another hour passed, or what's going on?
Well, I'm checking what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, but I mean, how much time is left before 8 o'clock? Which I'm kind of assuming at this point is the time everything
hours.
closes.
2 hours now.
Yeah, 2 hours.
News
2
debating
hours.
going back to the fancy shop to pick up supplies, especially since they're going to be there for
If she
Three-
were
at
to
least
walk
3 days.
now, she would make it there just before the shop closes and would have time to purchase whatever it is she intends to purchase. She wouldn't have a lot of time to dilly-dally on the way, but she would be able to make it back in time. It's only about a 30-minute walk or so. Which back in those days meant this is a huge city.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Now it's just a medium-sized city.
Now it's small compared to like modern cities, but
Like, I'm looking at this entire city.
Mhm.
That's probably like not even half of where I live.
Yep,
It's like a quarter, probably.
yep.
I legitimately live in like the third largest city in the state.
I live in a
But
sheep.
back to Z&D. Is she going to be walking to go get her supplies or no?
I suppose that depends if somebody wants to come with, because Amaranth was pretty insistent on us at least staying in pairs.
Well, Petra's not there, so you'd be going alone.
It's only me and Windsor. I mean, if you... just walk back from there. No.
I mean, if you don't want to go, that's fine. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, let's do it tomorrow, please. Thank you.
Please, thank you. Like it's already been agreed to.
Could you please?
Okay.
Thank you.
So you guys are staying in for the night then.
Okay, so here's the plan. We go to the bathhouse, we take a bath, hamper ourselves. Then we come back, finish up the night, and we wake up, eat, go to the bathhouse, then to the health beach.
2 showers? Oh, I've never done that before. This sounds interesting.
I'll be cooking a veg stew today.
I would really like you to come and have a shower with us, please.
They're like, we will pay. Just
With
please.
them. Damn.
Jane, do not try and twist this.
Oh, no, they're not Goliath. They don't need cooking.
Yeah, they're not big enough.
They're too small.
I'm happy
Sure.
with that. I'm happy with that.
I mean, I'm technically taller than both of them. Yeah.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Gross.
Bound chicken.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm sure Toby,
Oh,
assuming Toby is a normal ass size, he's probably definitely taller than you.
Oh, he
The
is.
majority of us.
He is. Like,
The
I
only person that's
think I
taller
actually
than
have the
me,
size
that's-
chart. Hold on.
the only person that's taller than me is
Windsor.
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 Yeah.
I think.
I'm like the
Wait,
second
no.
tallest.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let
so
me
what's the
fact
plan,
check
guys?
that.
So we can go to the bathhouse. I will remember. Now I've remembered. I will give people their bath vouchers.
Okay.
Did I pay for the bathhouse?
You paid for it the last time.
You said you did. I don't know if you took it from your sheet or not.
I don't think I did, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah, if you're taking a bath, take the 1 gold away unless you're using one of the 6 vouchers that you started off with.
Well, she
which-
didn't have
which-
a voucher when she got there.
Well, I was talking about you two because you two are going.
No, I'll just use the voucher, assuming Amaranth
Oh,
gave
shit.
me a voucher
Wrong-
like she
wrong
said.
channel.
I
Hold
did.
on.
I did. Windsor, would you like a bath voucher?
Sure.
Good. Are you going to come?
In the D&D chat, that's everyone's height.
Let's us all go to the bathhouse. And Neo, I will recommend you this lovely little shop along the way. I'll recommend the shop to everyone along the way.
You're just like, see this? This makes you smell good.
This makes your hair soft, and this makes your skin nice and soft. But this makes your skin nice and shiny. So you kind of have to pick which one you want to pick with.
Okay, that being said, so it's baths and then good night, right?
Yep.
Well, baths, dinner, and good night. Okay.
Yeah.
That being the case, we're gonna go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow morning. You've all
Kitchen dabbler.
you've all done your nightly routine for the town of Bello. That being said, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. Toby needs to hurry up and eat and run out to the smithy. He will be pretty much busy all day. I need you to start the day with just a... you have Tinker's tools. I'll let you use Tinker's tools for the role.
Why don't I use Smith's tools?
Do you have Smith's tools? Okay, do Smith's tools. I wasn't sure if you had them.
Oh, that was so close to a 20.
Okay. So the first roll's 19. Let me write that down. That being said, what's everybody else doing this morning?
Gonna get some
Um,
food.
Yeah, get
It's
some
food time.
Petra's gonna get as much protein food as she can, as well as some fruits and whatnot here and there.
Okay.
Right.
New's
When's
gonna
our-
get lost in a book a little bit while she eats.
Okay, which book?
Her socializing book.
Okay. That being said, what's Amaranth doing?
She's gonna eat and she's gonna talk about the missing poster again and to see who wants to come with to the guy's house to talk about it.
Alright, and what's Windsor?
Petra just looks exhausted.
What's Windsor up to?
Windsor's going to go find a local temple to meditate and pray at.
Okay, so there is a local temple not far from where you're currently at, which is this building here.
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and fast forward through that first hour where everybody's eating. Petra, you need to roll D6 to see how many meals you ate.
How much food you crammed on News plate?
Oh,
was
you
expecting?
were hungry. So roll your Constitution.
Wow. Wow, that's the first time you've rolled under a 10.
Okay, so for the rest of the day, Petra's not gonna be feeling so good. I don't remember exactly what happens because it's been so long. Let me double check. Oh, where is it?
Let's see.
It's in here somewhere.
Should be under
Uh,
features, but I think it went
I've-
away when the new sheet. came
Yeah,
out.
it looks like it did. I will double check for it here in a second. My shared feats. Here it is. It's because it's listed as a background. Give me a moment. Okay. So just to double check. Blah, blah, blah. You have disadvantage on all skill checks and saves for the rest of the day.
Feeling like shit, Petra will immediately go back to sleep.
She's just like, nah, I ain't even gonna bother. Those are the worst eggs. Those are treacherous eggs. They betrayed me. Okay, so that leaves literally New and Amaranth again to do everything today.
All right. So, do we want to hit the alchemy shop first, or do we want to check in with the missing thing first? There's also I kind of want to check at the university to see if they have like a bookstore there, because heaven forbid if a student needs a textbook that they don't have someplace that they fucking sell it.
Yeah, I would suggest maybe going to the missing guy first because he's in this district and he's not that far from like a couple of blocks. Then go to the alchemy store. Then go to the university for a book because we're then going like in one direction. Let's say.
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Okay, so you're going to find the person who made the flyer first?
Yep, we're gonna go to that building there that you pointed out, and knock
Okay.
on the door or whatever.
Alright, so you show up, and you've apparently shown up at a shop. The door is unlocked, but the sign says closed.
And we
You-
tell what
you-
kind of shop it is.
You can clearly see that there is a person inside the shop busying himself with something, and it appears to be a wagon shop.
Cool.
Mhm.
I'll knock on the door if there's a window, and I'll just kind of put up the missing poster and point to it so we can see that we're.
Okay, so as you knock, he begins to say, "We're closed," as he turns to look towards the door, but then he sees the poster in the window and stops immediately, so he's just like, "We're closed," and then he kind of waves you to come on in.
Cool. Well, I'll walk in and keep it.
Yes, in we go.
Alright, so as you walk in, he looks between the two of you rather judgmentally, trying to, figure out who he's dealing with, and he's like, "You got information on my daughter?"
We actually came to see if you could give us any information to help us so that we can, try and find her for you.
He
Like, where
sighs
was
a
she
bit.
last seen?
Yeah,
What was she doing?
He sighs a bit and then reaches into his pocket as he's talking. And he goes, "My daughter disappeared in the middle of the night. And all she left behind was this." And he holds up what appears to be a polished black rock. And he sets it down on the table in front of you.
Do I recognize this fucking rock?
No.
Is this the same rock as my in my focus?
No. This is just... It appears to be an ordinary rock, just very polished.
Okay.
I'll ask him, like, does this have any, like, semblance or any meaning at all?
Not that I'm aware of. I've never seen it before.
Right.
Mm.
Do you mind us asking if
Is-
we are able to see her room, maybe? There might be something in there that might help us know where she was last.
Is there any kind of feeling of magic or anything coming from the rock?
Nope, it's a very plain rock.
Hmm.
But he gets up when asked if you could see the room. He goes, "Follow me." Walks through the back of the building. You go into the yard where you see just a huge assortment of wagons, all of them with different sorts of bells and features and whistles. He walks past them to a small hut on the other side. And then when you go into it, you realize it's actually a really nice place. The building itself is fairly small, but it's decorated quite lavishly. It's clear he's doing well for himself financially. But he walks you to the back of the building and he goes, "This is her room. If you can find anything, good luck. I've searched high and low and found nothing other than that rock."
Where was the rock placed when you came into the room?
Right there. And he points over to the pillow that you can see there's actually an indentation on the pillow where the rock had originally been sitting before you picked it up.
Cool.
Mm.
And the bed that the pillow is on is, again, quite a lavish bed. This is a very nice bed. This is the kind of bed you would expect to find almost in a noble's home. It's got very nice headboard. The wood is very polished. There's intricate carvings and gold leaf. It is a very nice bed. He clearly dotes upon his daughter.
All right. I'll start looking around the room, like mainly maybe looking around the bed, see if there's anything that he may have missed.
Okay, I need an investigation check at advantage.
And you will start looking around too.
Okay.
Sniffing for magic, things like that.
So
Anything weird.
So with a 14, you will notice one very important detail. There's no scrapes on the floor, nothing's knocked over, nothing seems to be damaged. This wasn't a kidnapping.
Okay. I'll go to him and ask, like, was the door like locked at all, or was the door unlocked when you came up here? Like, what happened exactly?
So he kind of thinks back a little bit because it's been a couple days and a few sleepless nights, and he goes, "Well, the front door was locked, and it was locked when I woke up. But I don't think she opened her bedroom door at all." And he grabs the door and he closes it, and as he does, it makes this horrendous creaking noise. Almost like nerve-grating creaking noise. And he goes, "I've been meaning to have it fixed for a while, and it was closed when I went to bed. So I don't think she opened it all night."
Right. Okay.
If you were sleeping, how would you know? Does that like wake you up?
This was a very loud, obnoxious sound. This wasn't like a small creak. This was like a kind of. It was a very bad hinge. So, yes, it would wake him up. They generally only close the door when like she's done for the night because of how bad it is.
Hmm.
Okay, so we know there's no resistance here, so there's no one who tried to grab her and tried to.
Is there like any windows or anything in the room?
Yes, there are 2 windows, both of which would be large enough for a person to fit out of.
I want to go over and see what's like out the windows, see if it's like, you know, an alleyway or something that somebody might be able to like sneak through or something.
Okay, one of them leads to an alleyway, and the other one leads directly to like the main street there.
Is there anything like obviously out of place in like the alleyway one?
Not. Give me an investigation check. There's nothing obviously out of place, but you do notice that it would be a pretty easy alleyway to dip in and out of shadows. Like, you could move around there unseen pretty easily if you wanted to.
I'll go to the guy saying, like, did you guys have, like, an argument or anything, like, a couple of days beforehand? Like...
No, I don't think we've ever had an argument in her whole life.
Amaran. You know detect magic.
I did.
Maybe we should see if there's any residual anything going on here.
Sure, I can...
Because if they didn't leave through the door, it's possible they left through the window, but it's also possible that some form of magic was used to get them out without any kind of
Okay, so you're using detect magic?
Yes.
they could have used magic to incapacitate her or something if it was a kidnapping.
There appears to be no residual magic in the room.
Well, it could be that she's just, like, left. See if there's, like, anything on her desk or, like, a diary or anything like that.
Okay. Investigation check. To search the desk. You're specifically looking for any sort of documents or clues or anything?
Yeah.
With a 14, you do discover a diary. The contents of the diary depict a slightly different relationship with her father than the father is saying. Not drastically so, but it appears that she doesn't like how much her father dotes over her. She kind of feels suffocated.
That's what I was kind of feeling.
Niu's gonna go to the dude and be like, can you tell us anything or more information about your daughter? Like, what her day-to-day life was like? Is she a student at, the college or something? What, like, people might she be interacting with on a day-to-day basis?
That's a good question. I like that. Give me a persuasion check. At advantage for phrasing the question well. Okay. Yeah, so he thinks for a moment and he goes, well, recently I saw her hanging out with some shady characters. I didn't really like them. I mentioned that to her. I told her I wouldn't stop her, because that wouldn't be right. She has to live her own life, but I tried to warn her. I don't like them. The place is here. And he pulls out a piece of paper and he kind of scribbles a really shoddy map that gives you the general sense that it's somewhere in this area. And he goes, she's been going off to some house in this area, hanging out there for most of the day. I try to give her everything, so she doesn't work, she doesn't want for anything. I just want to know she's okay.
And I'm gonna try and put this in the nice way. If we do find her, sorry, just quickly, if we do find her and she doesn't want to come back, is that okay with you?
So he thinks for a moment, he goes, I want to know my daughter's safe, and I don't trust you. I need my daughter to tell me she's safe.
Alright, so here's an important piece of information that is not on the flyer that would probably be helpful in finding her. What is her name?
Well, somebody finally asked. My daughter's name is Aliel. She's half-elf like me. And he pulls his hair back, and you can actually see he is in fact of elven descent. She's a half-elf like me. Blonde hair, stands about a yay tall, and he holds up his hand right about his chin height, which is pretty much even with Amaranth. And then he's like, the last I saw her, she was wearing, her night clothes. So I don't know if she took anything with her, other than that. She has so many clothes, I couldn't keep track of them all if I tried.
Okay. I'll check the wardrobe, see if there's anything that's missing or anything from what we can see.
Okay. Yes, there are a few outfits that seem to have been taken off the hangers, or at least you can tell that there are hangers there that are not holding any clothing. They could be dirty clothes, or they could be taken clothes, but they're missing from the wardrobe.
Cool. Alrighty.
Now, Petra is still sleeping in bed. Is that all she's going to do all day?
Yep.
Yep, she's just going to conk the fuck out. Not even try today.
She feels like shit. She's sore. What else is she gonna do?
Yeah, she's been getting her ass beat, right? She's gonna sleep and eat. That's her whole day. It's a perfect day for her. So I'm gonna say...
I mean, later at night, she'll probably try to eat some more to feel better.
Makes sense. So we'll say you guys are 3 hours into investigating. Is Windsor staying at the temple still, or what is his plan?
Stay at the temple, meditate, praying to his ancestors.
Okay. And then Toby is still working on his armor. Due to his role today, the armor is coming out quite well. The blacksmith is very pleased to be working with him, and is enjoying, his company quite a bit.
Cool.
That being said, the investigation continues. What's your next move?
Can you tell us any details about the person or persons that she was spending time with at this mystery house location that is in this area?
I don't really know them. Just shifty-looking people, You know how sometimes you can just look at somebody and tell they take your wallet the moment you turn around?
Well, even a little bit of information, like, did you happen to notice what race they were?
Did
Or
they look like her age?
were they tall? Were they short?
Honestly, it's a whole group of them. Some her age, some older. It's quite a lot of them. I just figured she was popular. You don't think they took her, did you?
Did their clothing have any kind of unique markings? Were they wearing like a uniform or just random clothes?
Yes. A raven's claw. There was a raven's claw on the breastplate.
Oh god, it's the Hufflepuffs.
I was going to ask, that district that you're saying they're in, is that district known for anything?
It's a fairly shady district. You get a lot of dock workers, and dock workers aren't known to be the best folk. It's a high crime rate area. It's not the safe parts of town. I tried to warn her.
Mm-hmm. And how many days has she been missing so far?
She's been missing 3 days now.
3 days. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
I have a couple thoughts, but maybe it's best to review them in privacy, just due to sensitive information.
Sure, so do you want to head out?
Yeah.
Alrighty. We'll hopefully come back to you soon with information.
Please, if you find my daughter, please bring her home. I just need to see that she's okay.
We'll do all we can.
Okay. With that, he shows you out of the building. So, what's the plan now?
Right. New's going to ask Amaranth if he remembers the symbol from the cultists' outfits that we saw, because I fucking remember it.
I do remember it. Let me see if I can post it. It's been a while. I think I have it. Let me get that sheet up.
Yeah, New was smart enough to know it's probably not a good idea to mention a cult.
Yeah,
in
it is.
presence
The
of his father.
icon, the emblem of the cult is an open book with what appears to be a circle over top of it.
Not related. Something's itching at me, like I should recognize this Raven's Claw emblem.
I posted it in the D&D just in case you wanted to look it up.
Like, I feel like it was mentioned before somewhere.
I know. I don't know if we're getting maybe confused maybe with the Rose Guard, but we can go over there, see if we can find any information.
Yeah, that is the obvious next step.
We'll just not obviously give all the information across because we don't want them to know what we're doing, and that might give her a reason to run.
New's gonna quickly pull the map thing they got out when they came into the town and remind herself what that district is generally known for and what they should expect.
Okay.
I know it was like factories and like you said, dock workers. That was the main district of the Great Pier, district.
It's mostly populated by Dragonborn and Tieflings, so.
Get out.
Okay. The icon is for the cult is now in the. If you look in the journal section under player handouts, there's handout pages. There is a page named Aurora Tenebris, which is the cult's icon.
Yes.
Some guy leaning down, 2 thumbs up.
Sorry, I named that. I used the wrong name. It is the Obletus Tenebris. Or Obletus Aurora. Obletus Aurora. Here we go.
Happy Temeros.
Something in Latin.
Yeah, it's one of those goddamn Latin words that I picked for some reason.
Because, you know,
Off to
dumb.
find this area then.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's go home.
So your plan is to go over there and then just do what? Like, how are you going to find it?
See, I want to go over there and basically see what's in the area, see if there's any, like, quote unquote, shady people hanging around, that might have some connection to this, and just like, you know, general investigation-y things in terms of maybe something quite obvious pops out. Maybe we just heckin' bump into her because she's hanging out outside the house
Okay,
that he was
perception
talking about
roll.
that she goes and was going to.
16 plus stuff is 19. Nope. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, everybody in this district looks mildly shady. It's essentially the bad part of town, as, you know, the industrial parts of town tend to be. But other than that, it doesn't... Nothing stands out as unique in the area.
Is there any
Right.
sort of like symbol that shows like this Ravenclaw symbol that he
And maybe we need to look around for that symbol someplace. That was my next thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
You need to look for sneakers hung over telephone wires. Oh wait, no, that's drug houses. Never mind.
So, with a 19, no, you do not find the Ravenclaw symbol.
So, because you're saying it's in this like section here.
It is in this section here, yeah.
What I want to see is just look around. What am I seeing? Are we just seeing like just houses? Are we seeing like pubs? Are we seeing?
You're seeing mostly just houses. They tend to be like group houses, for like laborers kind of houses. They're not the nicest places. They all generally seem to be, huts that have like 8 to 10 workers staying in them. They likely come here to work temporarily or seasonally, make a bunch of money, and then leave. So they're basically, just flop houses for the workers. They're all fairly run down. None of them look decrepit. The streets themselves are pretty filthy. Nobody seems to care that much. Off to one side, heading in this direction, it turns into all just warehouses and dock storerooms and boat repair yards and shipyards.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there like a dock house or like a harbour house or something like that? Because there's obviously boats that go to and from.
Yes.
So maybe she grabbed a boat or something.
Yeah. So there is a harbor house here. This larger blue building, or this blue roofed building here.
Cool. I'll suggest to Nina that maybe we could try there. They might have seen something or seen her. She might have just taken a boat somewhere.
If that fails, we can always just go door to door with the picture. You're like, have you seen this woman?
Okay. So are you gonna go there? Or are you going door to door?
Let's check the boathouse first.
Okay. So you step inside and you see the harbor master there is diligently working away at his paper. What do you do?
I will go over to him with the missing poster and say, like, hi, we're looking for our friend, and we're just wondering if she's maybe come into these parts at all.
Okay. He looks at you, looks at the poster, looks back at you and goes, I never seen her, never want to.
Oh, okay, thanks, I guess.
Has there been any passenger ships through here lately, or transports?
It's a shipyard.
That it is. That it is.
I'll say, like, is there anything you can help us with, or maybe know where we could go to try and get this type of help?
You want information, come back with a warrant or get out.
Okay, cool.
So, there's no way I can convince you to, I don't know, check through the, like, logs to see if you find her name on one of them?
Persuasion check?
Nope.
He pulls up his ledger of names, cracks it open, looking you dead in the eye the entire time, literally sits there and flips about 10 different pages, never breaking eye contact, close it, goes, nope, never heard of her.
I didn't even tell you the name.
Yeah, he's clearly not cooperating at this point.
Gee, the socially awkward Dragonborn wasn't able to persuade him. Wow.
Yeah, really.
Right, I'll go to him, like, look, man, I'm not trying to, like, get you in trouble, I'm not with anybody, we're just trying to help a dad try and find his daughter, or at least let her know she's alright. Is there anything you can give us, like, any information on, like, this Ravenclaw symbol?
As soon as you mention the Ravenclaw, he folds his arm and leans back in his chair and goes, get out.
What, why?
Get out.
Oh, well. And there's nothing I could do to convince you?
You've got until I start screaming the word guards to disappear.
Okay.
And then he
cool.
starts taking a deep breath. Very
Alright.
slow and showy about it.
Alright, let's go now. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Get outside the thing. I'll immediately suggest, I could go back in there and I could make him tell us. I'm sure it would be fine.
I mean, if you want to do that, that's absolutely your choice.
Oh. It's a risky move, though.
It
Like,
is.
he'd probably just scream straight away the second he saw us. Or me. I definitely have to pre-prepare the spell.
Yeah, and we gotta hope we gotta hope to God he doesn't pass the DC.
Yeah, because if he passes the DC, you just went in there and did nothing and basically stared at him retardedly for 30 seconds.
Unless he could tell that you tried to do a spell on him.
I mean, if I pre-prep the spell, all he would know is that I walked in there,
Unless
told him to
he,
tell me
unless
what
he
it
knows
is.
magic. Because you're not the only one that can do Arcana checks.
Oh,
What you gonna do? Also, I'm sorry to everybody else. Y'all decided to just sit on your asses today. I don't know how to give you guys spotlight if you're just gonna lay in bed and pray. Like,
Yeah, I'm doing
Listen.
something productive.
you are, but like I don't
I'm just
know.
laying in bed. I'm praying.
Yeah, like Petra's sleeping, you're praying, and he's crafting. Like,
I mean, what can Petra do? She's
Petra
not
can
feeling well.
Petra can still do everything. She's essentially got this the equivalent of a stomach ache and a sore back. Like, she can still walk around and do stuff. She just, if she tries to do anything that requires any sort of check, it's just rolled at disadvantage. So, she's just not running optimally, but she can still do stuff.
Fun watching two powerful spellcasters.
Well, she got beat up
block
the day
by,
before, and then she started feeling sick, so that's why she's in bed.
Okay. I mean, if you're fine with that, like I said, my thing is I don't
just-
want you to feel left out of the session. So as long as you're okay.
I don't talk much anyway.
Okay. As
that
lo-
defile, all she does is.
Literally, all I do is
Okay.
eat
Don't
food
worry
and wander
about it, I'm
around.
fine.
Okay. I wanted to check in with you guys because I didn't want you guys to feel left out. Because they're kind of on this quest, and then you guys are like, I'm sleeping, I'm praying, and I'm working. Like,
Well, I'm just, as it goes on, I'm just watching little short videos on YouTube, because why not?
okay. Yeah, so back to the
Oh, you're paying
investigation.
attention and it's riveting, Jade. Jesus.
So back to the investigation. What is your guys' next move?
Well, we can't say that word, because as soon as we say that word, it's obviously some sort of intimidation thing. That obviously like a gang or something. So we either have to do that or use it to our advantage.
Amaranth just crudely draws a raven's claw on her chest.
Hey, yo!
Sup, Hobie G, dog?
I'm looking for your bitch asses.
Oh. Maybe we need to check around the shipyard and as much as we can in the surrounding area for anything that might be related to this Ravenclaw symbol, because it sounds like this guy really doesn't like whatever group this is associated
And
with.
perception check from both of you.
Okie dokie.
Entirely unrelated to what Yu was saying, by the way.
I fucking perceive everything.
Yeah. So you both notice for the first time in the 2 days that you are being followed.
I mean, I knew it. I freaking knew it. I just couldn't tell, but I knew it.
It appears that there is a figure that's just they just seem to be hanging out in the alleyway at first glance, but it becomes pretty apparent that they keep looking out from the corner of their eyes over in your direction, and you realize you've seen them ever since you left the library. They've just always been in the corner of your vision.
I mean, I can go invisible, but I can't like make. I don't know if I can make both of us invisible.
That might be an upcast the spell thing, but I don't have the spell, so I wouldn't be able to read its tooltip to tell you.
No, but what we could maybe do is we could walk somewhere, walk somewhere. I could go invisible, and then, in an alleyway, maybe trap this person, and then you're in front, I'm in the back, and then they can't get away, and we can then find out why the frick they've been following us these last couple of days. So yeah, that's my suggestion. What do you want to do, Nick? Because unless we want to get everybody else on this, but then we've got to make sure that they don't know that we know that they're following us.
Right. Another option is we just get to some place where there's somewhat of a corner where we can not necessarily break line of sight with them, but where they wouldn't be able to see past the corner, but we can. I can pop my imp out of its little pocket dimension, have it go invisible, and sneak around to incapacitate him. The only thing is, I don't know, the poison could just straight up kill him.
Which is why I'm saying at least then I can go invisible, so we're not depending on like a summoned creature per se. I can go invisible and use one of my, because we're not wanting to do is whoever this person is following us, we're not wanting to like kill them or hurt them. We're just wanting to know why they've been following.
Right. I'm just concerned that if you suddenly disappear, like we go around a corner, break line of sight just long enough for you to go invisible, and then he regains sight on us, he, she, it, whatever, that they might bolt when they realize they've lost you, and that we might have spotted them.
True. The early option is to maybe pretend like you're waiting outside a shop for me, so that they don't suspect that we've cottoned on. Because the other issue is if we break line of sight, we've got to make sure that nobody else is watching you create a spell where you're creating an imp.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't have to cast the spell because it's not casting the spell, it's just pulling it out of the pocket dimension. But the shop is a good idea. We could easily both go into a shop. We just need to find one, ideally, that doesn't have, big, lavish storefront windows that they could see us through. We go in, start perusing, quote, and you go invisible and go, catch the guy or something.
Or we could go back to the library, because that's big enough that it's large enough that we're not going to get caught by everybody else.
True.
I said. I mean, I don't know. We can go back to the shops, but I don't. And most shops will have like open windows, or windows to look through at least.
Right.
And if we
That's
step
what I'm
into,
concerned about.
if we go into the library and we say we want to look at something, we can go there, break that line of sight, like you said. I mean, like I said, it's a risk we're gonna have to take, and we have to at some point take that risk.
Yeah, and you got 23 minutes left in the session, by the way. So
Exactly. So we go around the corner, go invisible, and we catch them out, or we go into a shop and we go invisible and try and catch them out there. But then there's still open windows.
Question: how far away is this person?
currently, he's about 30 feet away.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I could Misty Step literally to behind him. And bam, I'm just already there. He would not have time to react.
If that's what you want to do, then go ahead, and I'll have to run back to the person.
Hmm.
Gonna have
All right,
to
is this our plan?
Yeah, we can
As
go
soon
ahead.
as I start, as soon as I cast, you'll have to basically bolt over there so they can't, try and escape the other direction.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. I'm casting Misty Step.
Okay. All right. So your plan is
we're
to
just
Misty
within
Step
range.
directly behind him.
And then, like, I don't know, try and grapple them or something
Okay.
to, like...
If you're going to grapple, then I need an athletics check.
Or maybe it would be better to... What is it? Would I be able to Misty Step behind them, then Lightning Lure to, like, snag them and throw them off their balance so they can't flee and can't fight back? Would I have enough time to do that?
Let me double check. Is it lightning lure? Duh. I mean, they would already be next to you if you Misty Step directly next to them. So, Lightning Lure doesn't prevent them from running away, it just pulls them to you. It doesn't necessarily tie them up in any way.
Alright, here we can go, I guess. Athletics check. Athletics check.
Alright. And it will be contested, by the
Sorry,
way.
just quickly, just before you go on, I was just talking to Ginny, and he was saying, technically, with the Ray of Frost I have, we could slow them down. We could reduce their speed by at least 10 feet.
Yep. Yeah, you can slow them down and things like that. You just... specifically, Lightning Lash does not tie them up or anything.
So, could we time it to where I get behind them and attempt to grapple them at the same time Amaranth hits them with...
She would hit you too.
Alright, well...
So I hit them first, then you go behind.
Or just have the spell ready to, you know, hit if they get away so that we can chase after and, you know, they're obviously then slowed.
Yeah, I mean, my spells are always kind of prepared. I don't...
Alright. 3,
It's
2, 1,
like I
here we
said,
go.
it's
Question mark?
instantaneous for us, so...
Okay,
Ready?
so what's the whole plan?
I'm gonna Misty Step behind them.
Okay.
I will attempt to, you know,
Attempt to grapple.
grapple them or, like, knock them over or something to make it so that they cannot get away and cannot really fight back.
Okay.
If that fails, Amaranth is gonna Ray of Frost them to slow them down so that they can't run away.
Okay.
And
Great.
That
So I
should
need
also give me enough time to cast suggestion to force them to stop, explain themselves, or stop, surrender, and explain themselves.
We might not need to do suggestion. We may just want to catch them out first of all.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to keep try and jump too many steps. First of all, we would need to try and get them.
18 minutes,
Actually,
guys.
Go and do your Misty Step, and I will ready my spell.
Do you have rope?
I do have rope, but I won't. Like I said, I'd still need to get to you to then tie them up with that rope.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, I could Misty Step with the rope.
Yeah, if you want to Misty Step with the rope, then transfer the rope to you.
What would be the benefit of that?
I would, like, just prep it and use that to, like, try and wrap them up, basically restrain their arms with the rope and, you know, try and tie it or something while they're...
I think we're trying to
struggling.
think of too many steps.
That
I
would
think
would be a disadvantage because you're trying to tie up somebody that's actively resisting.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to
Normal
go too
plan,
many
then.
steps. Just let's go with the original plan, which is you Misty Step, and if they still try and run, I then do the rear throw.
Alright. Let's go.
All right. So I need. That is actually a really good athletics check. Yeah. So you teleport behind them, and your grapple succeeds. So how do you grapple them?
Niu's gonna, like,
Bear
get
hug.
her arms, like, underneath around their like torso and kind of like pull their arms back so that they can't, you know, use them, and like hold them there.
So
against
full Nelson.
herself.
Yes, got a
Basically.
full Nelson, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you jump behind them and do a full Nelson. They immediately start kicking their legs, trying to get away, grunting and trying to yank their arms out of your grip. Unfortunately, they are not able to get out. Well, I guess in your case, fortunately, you were able to hold them rather securely, and they weren't able to escape.
Cool. I will run towards them now.
Okay. Yeah. So you arrive, and this very tiny dragonborn is holding somebody that's a fair bit bigger than them in a full Nelson, and somehow succeeding in holding somebody much bigger than them. Most likely because the full Nelson really is a good way to grab somebody.
As someone who wrestles, even half Nelsons are pretty tough to get out of.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll go and shout at them like, "Why have you been following us?"
That was great.
Okay, so you're gonna ask him specifically that? Are you going to ask in an intimidating way or a persuading way?
And intimidating me.
Okay, I need an intimidation check then.
Cool. 1 second. Oh, you bitch! Oh, you fucking bitch! That was literally gonna be a 19!
He basically just laughs in your face. I would say if he didn't also roll a nat 1. In that case, you both rolled a nat 1. So I'm not sure where we go from here. But yeah,
Whoever has the higher roll with modifiers.
Well, that's
There
the
you
thing,
go.
is a critical fail means no modifiers. But
Oh.
like Zoe said, meets it, beats it. So I'm going to say, even with your nat 1, between the surprise full Nelson and you just running full charge at him, he stumbles out the door. He's like, I'll just do it as I'm told.
Told by who?
He looks at you confused. He's like, by the boss.
What boss?
Boss, who is your boss, dumbass?
What?
Boss hog.
He seems very confused as you don't know the boss that he's talking about. He's like, you know, and he kind of like limply swings his arm over towards his chest, trying to point to the Ravenclaw symbol.
I was
A-
about
as-
to ask Amaranth that. I'm like, can you see the symbol?
Oh, why? Why are the Ravenclaws following us?
Yeah. We don't know what that symbol means.
So he looks at Amaranth. Obviously, he can't look at Neil. He looks at Amaranth a bit, and he goes, "The boss said keep an eye on you, because you were looking at interesting information. Information that she might have." Kind of cracks his neck a little bit to one side then the other, and then disappears from New's grip, and appears on the rooftop beside you guys, because he also has Misty Step.
Fuck.
I knew it. I knew it.
But he throws another one of those black rocks on the ground, and this time you get an explanation. He says, "You take that rock to the purple door," and then walks away.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the rock and be like,
All
I'm
right.
so confused.
So we need to go back to the dude, get the other rock just in case we both need one. Then we need to find whatever purple door. Like, even if it takes knocking on every purple door that we happen to see, I can't imagine a purple door is going to be that common.
Maybe we should get the rest of the guys in, because I think this is a lot bigger than what we thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a simple, find a missing woman, she doesn't want to go back home, she tells her dad, but now this has turned out to be like a whole fucking gang or guild of people who have been following us. So,
It's
yeah,
almost like I had it planned out.
well, yeah, so I think we should, like, reconvene and get everyone this time, so no excuses.
Let's go grab the other stone just in case we need it.
Yeah.
Then meet up with everybody.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Obviously, Toby will not be able to join you for 2 days. He's going to be busy crafting. You can still tell him about it, but he's going to be busy crafting.
Not
So
necessarily.
Well, I mean, if you stop now, the blacksmith may or may decide that he's unhappy that you just stopped
I
in the
know,
middle.
I know,
So,
I know.
There is that risk. I just want to lay it out there. So,
We'll go back to the father, inform him that we have a lead, but we need the rock that his daughter had left behind.
okay.
We don't know much more information other than it appears to be a key to some entering someplace. We
Okay.
need to find that place, and hopefully we'll find her.
Okay. So you're going to specifically tell him that it's a key to get into someplace?
I don't know, you think that's a good idea, Amaranth?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you tell him that, and then he says, "Okay, well what's the place?"
All we know is we had caught somebody with that raven claw symbol, and they had told us to take
Don't tell
The
him.
rock.
Don't tell him about that. The last thing I want to do is tell him anything like that, because he'll be stupid and he'll try and go to it. So let's not tell him anything like that. Just say, look, we can't tell you. You'll be putting your life at risk. The best thing is to give us the rock. Because
No,
this
no, no.
dumbass.
We can definitely tell him, they told us to take the rock someplace.
Yeah, we can tell him to take it someplace, but my worry is
But-
he'll just go to that place. To the
We don't
area
need to
he-
say where, we just say someplace. And they gave us a clue to the location, but we don't know where it is, so we have to, do some legwork still, but we know we're going to need the rock.
Okay. So what have you guys decided to tell him?
We'll just go with what you said then.
Okay. So
We
you're
know
going to
the
tell
rock
him
is a
that
key.
you know that it's a key.
We know the rock is a key. We don't know what the key is to. All we have is a very vague clue, not even like a go here or anything, that very well could be a riddle,
Okay.
like a veiled, meaning behind it. So we have to investigate that. But to know we found the place, we will need the rock to use as the key.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd get there and be like, well, this must not be the place because we can't get in.
Okay. In that case, he does hand you the rock. Also, good on Amaranth for not telling him the door, because if you would have told him the door, he would have fucking bolted with that rock.
Exactly, that was my attitude. I don't want to say anything.
He would have run for it. So congratulations on that. I'm pretty proud of you, because he would have straight up run out that door.
He's
Okay,
a very
so now both Amaranth and you have a rock,
Yes.
which means we could
next session
essentially-
you will be searching for this supposed purple door.
Yep. and we can search in 2 groups as well, if need be, like
That is true.
2 pairs of 2. And then, like, if we think we found it, I don't know, we fire a spell up into the air or something.
Good. Okay, talk to you guys later. Gotta go.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep. That being said, we're gonna stop the session here. You got through about half the content that I prepped this week because I went overboard.
No, really?
Yeah, just a smidge, but I mean,
Always
it worked out. It worked out really well, I think.
I'm excited.
Good.
Kidnap mystery, like, body search thing, whatever, I don't know.
And I contribute.
Puzzle things. No, it'll be fine. We'll collect Petra next session
Yes.
and bring her with us.
If she's not feeling like shit.
Yes. It's the first time it finally bit Petra in the ass.
Let's see. Do I have something that could possibly help with that?
No.
No. Like, maybe if I was able to. I suppose if Amaranth still has a health potion and Defile wants to let that
Health
work, we could
potion-
exhaust a health potion to make her feel better.
A health potion does not cure conditions.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
even know. I still have one. I'd have to check. No, I don't, because I think I gave it to somebody.
Yeah, you gave it to like Toonie or Toby.
Yeah, it was
You
one of
gave it
those.
to somebody.
I gave
Yeah.
it to somebody.